Lord Jesus, help this man.
Damn, I should have something in the background to make it look like I'm doing something. Hold on, let me get something.
He said, "Look," he said, "Look, okay, we are. I see you on Let's what's that?"
I got something. I got something. Hold up now. There we go.
He said,
That's better.
I want to look official.
There we go. I got my man's in the back with me.
Uh-uh.
There we go.
Hot mess. You know what? I was gonna say something, but it's family friendly. I'm just
What's wrong? What's wrong with what I put up? My man, yo, he be in the streams with me.
I know. It could either, you know what? Shout out to your mans and them. Shout out to your mans and them.
If anybody watch my live stream, you know what happens when he goes up. We win.
That's a crazy analogy you just said without realizing it.
Yep.
Everybody knows what goes down when he goes up. I don't know if you do how you sounded when you said that, but
I know how I sounded.
I'm always gonna be here to help y'all realize. Ah, buddy.
Let me see. I should actually hold on. Let me shout out
Oh, you
the
started on your Clyde.
No, that looks pretty good, Fred. That's not bad though. That's pretty good.
Told you. That's what's the process. Clyde.
No, that looks pretty good, Fred. That's not bad though. That's pretty good.
Testing, 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 testing. Testing, 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 testing. It's an echo. I'm trying to get that echo out. I finally got my sound in it, but like it's an echo with the whole stream. I'm not sure where it's coming from. So give me 1 second. Let me figure that out real quick.
How many mics do you have? Make sure
I
all of
got
them
two.
are. Make sure both of them are. I'm looking at Astrobot. Make sure both of them are set to like.
I'm about to say you might as well take him because I'm about to be stuck on here trying to adjust and stuff
Trial and error. You
and
getting it
keep
together.
right here.
Man, what is? How do I do this? Hold on.
What?
I ain't gonna
What?
lie. I'm probably gonna
Yeah.
do my little tick.
Testing. How do I get it from? Hold on. Hold on.
How many mics do you have? How many mics do you have? How many mics do you have? Mic check. 1 2 1 2. Mic check. 1 2 1 2.
Yeah, I'm about to change my mic too right now. I want the audio to be clear. Or
Clearer. Cause we won't. We won't. We won't. Uh, dang. Mic check. 1 2 1 2. Mic check. 1 2 1 2. A mic check. 1 2 1 2. Mic check. 1 2 1 2. It's the gameplay crew, and we here to say, get your mic fixed ready today. There be snacks on this, and you know I am hot. Gameplay, cause you know that it's not gonna go down. Fix your mic. And I'm not saying it out of spite. I want you to get your right. Gameplay community right. pow, pow, pow. That's that me.
Testing. Oh, testing. 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 Oh, testing. 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 All right, Debbie, say something.
I'm joking, I muted it. But say something, I'm giving up on you. I have faith that you got it. You got it? You got it? Okay, go, Debbie. Go, Debbie. Go, Debbie. Go, Debbie. Go, 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 Debbie. Go, Debbie. Go, Debbie. Go, Debbie. Go, Freddie. Go, Freddie. Go, Beast. Go, Beast. Go, 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 go. We're gonna get it together. We don't care any type of weather.
I'm
We
actually
go
changing my setup right this second. And I should be just like y'all. Not on the phone. Hold on.
get it. You can do it. You can do it. Put your back into it. Go, Debbie. Go, Debbie. Go, Debbie. We're gonna get it together. We don't care. You can do it. How y'all doing? If y'all watching, we getting our stuff together. It's the first time, You can do it. Don't be afraid to hit that like button. Don't be a hater, be a congratulator. And if you're a hater, we're gonna see you later.
It's like it's still a freaking echo. I don't know how to get this off. And I only got one mic this time.
Okay, question. On
Mm.
your Are you listening to yourself on your stream?
Yeah.
If you're listening to yourself on your stream, then you're gonna hear echo because you're listening to yourself and you're hearing yourself like whatever. If you are trying to listen to see if whatever is working, then take your dang. Well, I could hear it. Let me unmute.
Yeah, so
I will
like
be able to. Yeah.
yeah, go to the YouTube and you can hear like it's like a delay. Like we'll talk, we'll have a conversation, and then we'll move on to the next conversation. But the last conversation will end up still playing again.
Oh, well, Restream has it where, so, because some platforms don't let you all do everything at once. So Restream has like a slight delay. You're not behind or anything. One of them will be literally like as you're going right now, but one of the streams will always be like a little, it's not even delayed. Well, it's delayed, but it's just so that you like normally with like Twitch, you can't have it. You used to not be able to stream simultaneously on other platforms, so they would make it so that there would be like a delay.
Okay, hold on.
It's not like both of them are going at the same time because they had to like go through whatever. But I don't know. Like when I stream on I normally will stream on X and Twitter. I mean, and Twitch, and it will be like a slight delay on X. So it's just how Restream works. I don't think that it's necessarily like behind because unless you see your words and you don't see it like and you hear it at the same time, then you might have to worry about that. But I don't think that is messed up because I'm listening now on YouTube. Yeah, like I've said this already, but I'm seeing it now because of Restream.
But like you don't hear it. So like you don't hear it when it's if you on the because I'm on X now too. I was on YouTube first and I'm on X now. Like it would we'll be talk like again we'll be talking and then as you talking I'm hearing what you said before like 30 seconds ago. You muted.
My bad, because I was trying to listen. We're in Discord talking, so Discord is gonna always be ahead of what's being broadcasted. So if you don't want to hear it, like in Discord, I hear you talking, and then I'll hear it on the stream.
No, but I'm saying forget what we saying on Discord, right? I'm just
Uh
listening
huh.
to on the stream. On the stream, like I'm not hearing anything we saying right now. I'm just hearing what's recorded. And when I'm listening, I got the volume full on the stream, right? I just pulled it on my phone. Like we'll be talking, but then like 30 seconds ago, what we said already, it'll come back. And then it
Oh,
come back again, but it's lower. Then it come back again, but it's lower. Like I don't know how to take that out.
well, I only hear it once. Beast, are you having that issue?
No, I mean it's always like you just said. It's gonna be a delay. They still got that. It's a little delayed. I'm watching it on Twitch, Twitter right now. Sounds good to me.
But y'all, is there's no like a repeat of what we said? Like I'm not saying like we say something right now, and then we don't hear it till like 10 seconds later on YouTube or X. Like I noticed that part, but like we'll be
Yeah,
just
it's
on
like I hear an echo.
yeah, like we'll be talking and then what we said, and I'm just talking about strictly on the stream. I ain't talking about what we saying on here, like right now. But like we'll be talking on the stream, and then 30 seconds ago of a conversation, it'll come back while we're still talking. So like we're hearing two different conversations at the same time.
Okay, do you
Yeah.
have it on your restream where your actual restream is like I have it where I mute all the other sources of like when I have restream up, I'll have each platform that I have up plus restream. I had to mute all of the sound on there because then it will replay. Like
Hmm.
if you see like when I stream, this is how I do it when I stream. When I stream, my YouTube is muted, my X is muted, and then my restream is muted. Cause then you'll hear each delay from each platform, and it will like it's rotating out. Like each stream that you have up, you might have to mute each one. Like only thing you have to have unmuted is where we're talking on here, cause then you're gonna always hear it like on the other platforms in your ear. And then if you have it where you're streaming and you have it where you can hear, you're gonna automatically hear it in your ear as well. Unless you have it where you can just play the sound and not hear it in your head. Like I don't hear no echo or nothing like that. But I'm also not streaming right now, so I don't have it um where I have to listen to hear the other sources that I'm on.
Crap! I just kicked everybody out too.
It's trial and error. Don't be frustrated. You gonna get it.
Let me see. Let me see. Let me see one more thing, and then I'm oops. Um, testing. So none of that. All right. I forget it. Even if it is an echo, forget it. We're just gonna do the podcast and then test it out later, just so we can do something right now. Um. Okay. All right. So, Beast, you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay. All right. Let's do the podcast, y'all. Let's might as well, go ahead and do what we need to do, right? And then we can work all that stuff out later. I got a whole little setup coming and stuff too, so we can do all that later. All right. So sorry for the wait, whoever is watching. We were just trying to get everything together, and we probably still ain't got everything together. So bear with us. But at the end of the day, we're here for the show, so we still gonna get y'all a show. The show must go on. Let's do our intros. All right, cool. All right, so my name Freddie J Gameplay. You catch us, you catch me on at Freddie J Gameplay on YouTube, Twitter, X, Instagram, Facebook, and Threads. We are doing a live recording of our podcast on YouTube and Twitter X. We just came from Twitter X, where we was doing our podcast before. Now we're going to YouTube and streaming simultaneously on both of them. All right. So follow us here if you're on the YouTube. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. That way we can get our algorithm working. And trust me, I am getting a new webcam. I know it's kind of a bad quality, but it's okay. All right, so we can move on to everybody else and do our intros.
Hi, I'm Debbie Snacks. You can find me at Debbie Snacks 85 on Twitter or X. You can find me also on Debbie underscore Snacks on PlayStation, and Debbie underscore Snacks dot gaming on Facebook and Instagram, and also TikTok. And then with the gameplay crew, and that's me.
It's your boy, your beast. You can always find me on every platform. UHURUBEAST on PlayStation, Xbox, Switch, Twitter, TikTok, uh, every social media you can name it. That's the name. And I make content all the time, and I'm just glad to be here with you guys today.
Yeah, it's still there. I'm gonna figure it out later though. All right, so what's the first thing on the list?
The first thing on the list is how they're making the games faster. Did y'all see about that? What did y'all think about that for the
Yeah.
PlayStation?
You talking about Sean Layden that said
Yep.
how they can make the video games faster now,
Yes.
and
But they
how
want to
he
do it
thinks they
shorter.
yeah what they want is a shorter turnaround for the games, and that basically means more games coming out because the developer time for a game right now is extremely high. So
Mhm.
that's why you see one game a generation out of Rockstar, one game a generation out of these developers. So basically, what he was saying was that I don't even remember 100% exactly what he said, but if you cut certain things out and make certain things live service,
Mhm.
that would make it more of a turnaround. What was that noise? What was that?
Oh, that will be the sound effects from like you might need to turn your Discord sounds or whatever off.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay, but yeah, that's what he was talking about. I'm literally looking at it right now as we speak, and
Same.
I mean, do I agree? Is the question really? Do I agree with what he says? And I agree that they were more games coming out, PS2 generation, right?
Mhm.
Than any other generation. They want to get back to that time frame where they could pump that many games out, and then the gaming cost also as well is very high. So I agree with what he's saying. I think that is a problem right now going on.
But what if you're one of the people like I love a long game. Like I don't mind doing a long game because it's like I feel like I get fully immersed in it. Like, is it gonna take anything away? Like, am I gonna still feel like full off of the game when they make it shorter?
they're not. I don't necessarily think they're gonna try to make the game shorter. And I know you said that you like a longer game, but some people. So like to give you an example, they have a lot of live streams that come out, right? It's like every other day there's a new live stream. We had the First Ascendant, we had all these live service games, whatever they are. They want to pump out games like that. And people get done with the game, and once they're done with the game, that's it. They take that game and they throw it away or sell it, like whatever. And they want to have more games pumped out. The more games you have out, the more money you can make. That's really the goal of it. So I
True.
would say, I still do agree with him with the shorter games, and I agree with you also. I like a longer game too. I played thousands of hours in those longer games, but the industry is moving towards that fast pace. We got to get more money. We got to pump out more games. Like this year is kind of dry for games, right? Shouldn't he have been more games? So that's
I
what
feel
he's
like
getting at with
it.
that.
And then you
Yeah,
see
like these.
how like the showcases, like a lot of the people that you would assume that would have had something didn't even like bring anything to the table because it just seems like games are stagnant right now.
Like for example, Sony. We don't have a mega hit from Sony this year, do we? No. Do we have a mega hit from Xbox this year? No. We don't have a mega hit. It's all like third party and indie developers making like mega hits. Or you got like a sleeper hit, like a Helldivers. That's a sleeper. We call that a sleeper. What other game is a sleeper? Hold on. There's another game here that's a sleeper. Like the First Descendant is pretty good. X Defiant. These are the games that are sleepers. This
Yeah.
Stellar Blade, but nothing like God of War, Metal Gear, Halo, something like that, Zelda. There's none of that this year because game development time is too long.
Hmm.
They have to keep pushing it back. So like 2025 is going to be super packed. You're going to get banger after banger after banger. And those games were in
Hmm.
development for probably like 5 years, right?
Yeah. So do you think these games that we're having now is like games for just like a placeholding or like a moment, and then that they got something really good coming to like be have longevity?
Yeah, that's exactly what I think it is. This is what we're gonna put in our lineup for this year, and then next year we're gonna have the real good stuff because we can't produce these newer games bangers fast enough.
Hmm.
So I do believe that.
I'm with that. Because as y'all know, I like my half sequels and half prequels. You know, like the Spider-Man Miles Morales is other world. So I'm with it. I'm with it. We need to stop having so many long games. Because there's a trend of making a longer game, to put fluff in it to justify the charge of a $70 game. Astrobot started off as Astro's Playroom. You know, it was a free
Hmm.
thing, but at the end of the day, it wasn't like this fully fleshed out game, but it was high quality. So I would rather have stuff like that than to have, I don't know, a whole bunch of open world revamps of the same thing, trying to call it a new game, but you know. So I'm with it. I ain't gonna lie. I like Sean Layden's advice on a lot of things, and he said something else, right? What he said a couple
Yeah,
things, I think.
that's what I'm saying. Like, so do you agree with his concept of one band, one sound, one console, one?
That's kind of wild. I ain't gonna lie. That was kind of wild. I wasn't expecting that from him, but at the end of the day, like that's kind of what we already at. Like, um, I hate to be the that person, but PlayStation is the home, like that's the go-to console for most people.
You don't hate being that person.
Yeah, I kind of love it. I ain't gonna lie. It's a love hate relationship. So, but like, PlayStation PC really all you need, especially if what I'm saying you can buy your Nintendo games, and I'm gonna just say that I ain't gonna go no further with that. But we kind of going that way. A lot of the games going to PC. One may say you
Hmm.
might need a Switch. You know what I'm saying? But we get into the hybrid, even though it's still a console, you will consider that a console. At some point we may only need just one console, and if we can stop, I wouldn't want that. I want more competition when it comes to consoles, but when you factor that in as far as where game development is at now, they need to start focusing more on the games. Point blank period. And I think that's what he mostly is getting at with that statement.
Meaning
Mm-mm.
focus more on the games instead of the systems that the games are on.
Yeah,
That's what you're trying to say.
yeah. Like I said, I wouldn't want it to just be like, okay, only one of these people making a console, right? Like I don't, I wouldn't personally want that,
Mm-hmm.
but we are headed in that direction already. So like, I feel like it shouldn't be a sole focus to just make one console for everybody. But I do feel as though majority are going to go to one console because that's what most people are doing right now. Even though you still got the Switch out, and I actually do want to get a Switch, but Switch 2.
I need a I have the handheld, the light. I love it. Like I think that I don't know necessarily if I want one only, but it's like then you'll have the whole argument of who's gonna be the one console that everybody has because you already know that's gonna be a battle within itself. Because some people will never let go of the console war. So can you actually see gaming without console wars? Because I don't be involved because I think all the system like I have PlayStation, I be on my Xbox, I be on the PC and the Switch. I just look at everybody that be arguing about it, and I'm like, I get it to a certain point, but who do you think would like? I know who you think would be the ideal predecessor for this super one console for all. But ain't nobody like that's really riding with the Xbox or really like rolling with the PC gonna be like, oh, we're gonna just go ahead and stick with this one console from PlayStation because I know that's what you're thinking. He's like,
Yeah,
nope, you ain't got no argument out of me because PlayStation is king over here.
my thing is because this is the thing. The only reason why I say PlayStation, why I put PlayStation on this pedestal is because of the PS5 is everything that we've been asked for from the PS3. Like I know for a fact a lot of us PlayStation players were dissatisfied with the PS3 in so many ways. And it took the PS5. Like I feel like the PS5 was is honestly a big course correction generation. Like this is they started with the PS4, but that was mostly with the games. Like of course the interface was better. They a lot of things were better with the PS4. Don't get me wrong. PS4 is the GOAT. But this PS5 is it's like the PlayStation Store. We can actually use it, right? Like it's not just a something we complain about anymore. We're not complaining about a lot of things that we used to complain about. I feel like the quality of the games may have suffered a bit, or maybe the output of games has suffered, I should say. But that's the only reason why I put PlayStation on this pedestal, which I really don't. It's entertainment, but they're giving us the
Yeah,
entertainment that we want with the quality of life that we. Hey, look, we grown. People ain't got 15 minutes to spend on a store trying to go buy something. You're gonna lose a customer at that point, and we're gonna go and move on with our lives. So like like that quality of life is a big important thing that I feel like people are not really um they're not really taking into consideration the full consideration of how that actually improves our entertainment, right? Because at the end of the day, these consoles are a convenience. Of course, it's about the
yeah,
games. You get the console for the games, but if you would just focus on the games, since the fact that these games are coming to PC and some of them, a lot of them come in day and date, just go get a PC if you're not concerned about the convenience. But a console is a very convenient piece of hardware to play games on, right? The home console, we was at arcade spending money on these things, so it's like if the quality of life is there, yeah, I personally put all my funds into one console. Right. They don't mean I put all my funds into gaming into one console, but still, like I guess just to wrap up my thoughts.
So you like the one only console there?
I I don't like the idea. I don't like it. I don't like just one of anything, no matter what it is. Like
Yeah.
I don't. That's very monopoly type of mindset. However, like I said, people can still make their consoles. You know what I'm saying? Even if, and which this is on the topics too, Xbox come out with like a freaking Fire Stick, right? At the end of the day, it's a console. No matter if it's a thumb drive or whatever, it's a console. You know what I'm saying? So technically speaking, that's still, a lot of people may not buy it. Maybe a lot of people will, but majority of people may not buy it. So it's almost like we are having only one console and that's actually
Mm.
competing. But um, to answer the question, no, I don't like the idea, but we pretty much already there. In my
We
opinion.
kind we're in my opinion, I wouldn't say we're already there because there's certain games that you can only play on one system. Yeah, you can play some PlayStation games on PC, and you can play some Xbox game, well, all Xbox games on PC. You can't play none of those Nintendo games unless you're emulating them on PC.
Mhm.
So I don't. I mean,
And
I
it's
don't like
legal.
that. I don't like.
It's
And
It's
it
legal to do
is. It
so.
is. Yeah, but so like really, truthfully, yeah. If you really want to, you can get a PC to play everything. But there's certain games that don't release date and date. God of War Ragnarok didn't release date and date. Horizon Forbidden West didn't release date and date. So like you can't just say that.
But
But
what system were they on?
they was on PlayStation, of course,
Exactly.
and they're gonna eventually come to PC. But that's why you buy a PlayStation first.
But still, that's only one console.
Yeah, it's only one console, but can you play Halo on Can you play Halo on your PlayStation right now?
No, but you play
If
on your
you're a big
PC.
Halo fan,
Nah, you play on
you
PC
c-
though.
so then you just buy PC and that's it.
But that's why I'm saying we pretty much already there. Because all you need is a PlayStation and PC. You can emulate those Nintendo games. Those Nintendo is the biggest um uh monopoly in this equation. But
I
again, you can
mean,
still
but
emulate them.
to be fair, you could have emulated any game on PC from like generations ago. So like if you had a PC back on PS2 era, if you had a strong enough PC and the emulator was good, you could emulate it. So like it's not that it was just there; it's always been there for PC at least.
But can you emulate PS5 games?
No, because they're gonna release
Mm-mm.
on PC.
Exactly. So all we need is one console at this point.
Right, right, right. That basically leads us to the next section with the
Exactly.
Netflix. There you go. I got you. I got you, Debbie. It basically leads us to the next conversation about the Netflix gaming becoming more Netflix like, and they saying that it won't happen in whoever I can't remember his name's lifetime, but basically in our lifetime, it's not gonna happen. What do you guys
Still
think about
Sean Layden.
Sean Layden again? Okay, so
Yeah,
yeah,
he's still in there.
he's talking a lot. He was talking a lot. He's saying that the gaming Netflix of gaming won't happen in his lifetime. I think that is false. I think it's already happening. With Game Pass, it's already happening. It's not right now. We don't know how long Sean Lane has left to live. Probably in the next 5 years is gonna be Netflix of gaming. Everything they already have it on Samsung TVs. They're probably gonna work it on to, like Freddie said, Fire Sticks and stuff like that with the streaming stuff. It's already here. I feel like
Yeah, I have Samsung TV and yeah, pretty much. And
I
it's
literally
like
have a
the
yep.
the crazy thing is like this reminds me of the last discussion that he decided to throw out where he wants one band, one sound, but for one console, and it looks like Netflix is already like dominating when it comes to like Bo Diesel and the streaming type stuff. So if you add the gaming aspect to it, it's like, do you think that they can actually maintain both? Considering like they I mean, raise prices, raise prices. At one point, or what point is anybody gonna get tired of the whole Netflix thing? And you're adding gaming to it, and you know how us gamers are. We're willing to pay, like, call it what you want. Most gamers are willing to pay for something that if we really want it, whether it's something in our rig, our system, or a game or whatever. Do you think that it'll come to the point where us gamers will be like, man, I'm tired of Netflix stuff, but they got this, so I might as well go ahead and move over here.
Yeah, because they're already doing it with every other industry in the world. They do it with music. They do it with movies. They're gonna do it with gaming too. That's anytime something becomes mainstream, that the next big thing follows the next thing.
Hmm.
So Game Pass and all that stuff is already happening. Give it 5 more years. Pretty sure everybody's gonna have it. Nintendo's gonna have a subscription. They're gonna turn everything into that. Yes, that's what I feel like at least. I
I
know Freddie got a.
I agree. Only because if I said, that we already at one home console, like that's already here, I gotta agree on
Hmm.
this too. I think we are already there at the Netflix of gaming. I do think though that uh I think the profitability of Netflix is not here, right? With gaming, so, like I really think Game Pass is following the exact same route as Netflix because Netflix was not like it wasn't profitable at all until recently. Netflix was in a lot of debt, uh, and they didn't really like. It wasn't a lot of good content on Netflix for a while. I remember back in the day when Netflix was on a DVD. You had to download a DVD. You know, um, when it used to ship to your house. So
Yes.
Netflix been around for a while, and they've been doing a thing for a while, but they haven't been like a very prominent force in streaming, until later. And I think the same thing is gonna happen with Game Pass. I think that Game Pass gonna go through its hurdles. It's gonna keep going through hurdles. It's gonna keep being debt for Microsoft, even though Microsoft can pay it off. So it's not gonna be a debt for Microsoft, but it's going to keep being keep giving them debt, right? It's going to keep losing money. It's going to keep not being profitable until a certain point, and that's because they're going to be consistent with it. They're going to get their grounding you know down packed. But I mean, I think it's here. Netflix a game is here. It's not what Netflix is now. It's nowhere near what Netflix is now, and it's going to take some time for it to get there.
Yep, that's what I agree. I agree.
Yeah.
It's not here yet, but it'll be here soon.
I mean,
And I'm
it's
not gonna
knocking on
like
the
it either.
doors.
Not gonna
Cause
like
I
it
don't
either.
even have. Okay, my thing is, unless they, it's frustrating for me because I'm speaking on the realm of the people that aren't like I'm disabled. I don't have it like that. Netflix is already monopolizing the streaming, and then they keep jacking up the prices, and then they don't let. Like I was on my brother-in-law and my sister's Netflix because, like I said, I'm not paying all those service fees because I'm disabled. So you got all this like people are gonna pay because that's just what we do. But Netflix is gonna have to like come up with something that makes it make sense. You gotta make it make sense.
Agreed. All right, we can move on to the next one because this is the last thing Sean Layton said, right?
Yeah, that was the last thing he said. But
It,
he liked talking.
it was he said one more thing, though too.
Oh, let me look. Let me look. Let me look.
Yeah,
My bad.
this is the thing. Sean Layton don't even be talking like that. Like he don't be like after PlayStation, he didn't really like give advice and stuff like that to the gaming industry. Or at least he did, but it's very sporadic.
What did I do? I'll tell y'all what I just did. See, I promise not to laugh because I'm still getting used to my PC.
Uh oh.
Okay, I'm able to still like talk to y'all, but I accidentally opened up another desktop. So now I don't know where.
Oh yeah, that happens.
Keep in mind, I have two monitors. So I'm like looking at the two monitors. You say open up another desktop. Where did you go? Where is my screen?
It's funny because
Okay.
I'm finna set up my two monitor setup. I just got my little HDMI splitter. I
Yes.
I was gonna set all this stuff up for the podcast, but we already had so many technical difficulties I couldn't do it. But yeah, I can't wait for those problems now. Uh,
My fault for keep leaving, guys. But I just keep running back to my son. But I hear everything you're saying.
Don't be apologizing for being a good father. What you mean?
Hey, peep game, peep the shirt, man, peep the shirt.
I can't because my monitor screen is good.
Fred see it.
all I see is dad. I'm blind.
Oh,
Super
Lord, he's a
cool
word.
dad. Super cool dad.
He's
Hey,
super
okay,
cool.
turn up, turn up. Let me see. Oh, this is the wrong gameplay. Oh man.
Real quick on that Sean Layden thing.
Hmm.
Which
He
one? You know,
what?
he talked a lot.
I know he talked a lot, but why did he leave PlayStation again? Do we have a reason? Because he left right before, and then it was like there was no like thank you, Sean Laney, for your service or anything. He just left.
Um,
So like I still don't understand that.
it was dang. What happened? Sean Layden left because uh oh so there was no official reasoning. I forget what he's why did he leave? Um, I forgot what he said. Uh, I think he left though because of indifference. I ain't gonna lie. This is just me theorizing. I think it was indifference of where they wanted to place it, where PlayStation wanted to go. Because he was trying to push a little bit towards PC, and this was a time where PlayStation was not really, they were just testing the waters with his idea. They wasn't really pushing PC or anything. Like they were trying to keep everything exclusive. Um, and of course, he had input on more like family friendly games or like more indie games, not indie games, but like like the Sly Coopers, the Dex, the Jack and Dex of the world. Like he wanted to create more of those to like put in, um, put in games into the repertoire of the year, so that way it won't be too many uh, big, loopholes or whatever throughout the year. But that's just
Hmm.
me theorizing, right? That's just me theorizing. I don't want to put no words in his mouth. I forgot what they said. Off the top of my head, I forgot.
I always wanted to know because he was good during the PS4 and PS 3 generation. So
Yeah, I think it was a mutual like separation though.
okay, okay.
But he loved talking.
Yeah. Oh, so my bad. The last thing he said though was is it as I quote an existential crisis of console gaming. I can't really pull up. I wish I had my dual monitor right now. I can't really put up the article. Um, but it was basically I think it was the budgets. He was talking about the budgets and how people were going back to the games. Hold on, let me see.
Hold on, I'm about to say I can pull it up. I don't know where my other. Let me open this back up. Thank you. Okay, he's talking about the faster and cheaper, uh, one home consoles, Netflix and gaming. Oh, the existential crisis of the gaming console.
Yeah.
Is that what you're talking? Okay, hold on, because I'll okay. Let me copy and paste. But he's saying Ever since the P1 era, the console market has sold 250 million units total. The user base hasn't grown in decades.
Yeah. So okay. So, and I ain't gonna lie. Phil Spencer said this too, that the industry wasn't growing. Um.
Hmm.
So Sean Layden actually just kind of doubled down on it and said, like, like you said, ever since the PS1 generation, it's pretty much been the same amount of people buying consoles. So they're probably either about the same consoles or same the next generation from the same platform holder, or they will switch up. So they either from Xbox to PlayStation, PlayStation to
Yeah.
Xbox, Nintendo to PC, whatnot, and vice versa, and all that. Uh, so he's saying like right now it's kind of a crisis going on right now because the budgets of games are getting bigger, but the
Hmm.
pool of people that's buying these games aren't, and it's been like that ever since PS1 days, ever since really consoles took off.
Yeah.
And that's something that Phil Spencer had said. He said that during the Xbox update or something like that, the Xbox the podcast that they got, the business update.
Yeah.
So they did say that, and I don't know. I just feel like I can't really put no input into that. Like I think that's the reason why making games, what he said earlier, faster and cheaper. What we talked about last week or the week before last, the last podcast, when we was talking about him saying that games should be, they should make games more. He was giving advice on how they should make games, and going into the future, they should be more disciplined on what they
Hmm.
can create. Right. I think
Yeah.
that's why this is so much more important because again, the budget of the games are skyrocketing, and a lot of times, let's say something like, just for example, Suicide Squad, people aren't really gravitating towards that. You know,
I
um,
know, and it just hurts because it was a really good game, like to me at least. But I'm biased.
but
I love me some Harley Quinn.
yeah, I'm gonna get around to playing it one day. But I definitely like that wasn't a game I bought day one. I'm probably, unfortunately, probably not gonna spend money on that game. Um, but that's just
Understandable.
how it is. Like I'm not even buying games that are are games that I actually want. Like I'm waiting on sales for games that I actually do want to play. That's kind of crazy to say, but there's so many games out right now. It's like if you come out with a mediocre game, it's actually pretty hard to sell that game right now because of
Yeah.
how the industry is right now.
You want me to tackle that real quick?
Yeah, go
Love
You
ahead.
want
it.
to know why? All right. The reason why a lot of these games are not selling well nowadays, right? If it's a game like a God of War or one of these major games is going to sell, Spider Man, something like that is going to sell. Everybody now, they're playing free to play games.
Hmm.
This is the generation of free to play games. We got the First Defendant, we got the X Defiant. These games get more marketing, more views, more following or subs or whatever you want to call it, active players. That's what I meant to say. Than any of these other games do because it's a free to play game. These kids nowadays, right? When I was playing Warzone, I'm not playing Call of Duty anymore. By the way, for now, um,
Oh,
the only thing
hey,
they
free my
care about,
man's too. By the way, yeah, yeah, I heard about
yeah,
that.
free me, man. I'm locked up. I'm locked up right now. They're not playing these games anymore. They're not playing like I asked some of the kids I played with on Warzone. I'm like, yo, you play Spider Man 2? Oh no, it's not free to play. I don't want to play it. It's not a Warzone. It's not. I don't want to play that. Oh, I don't have a PS5. I'm not gonna buy a PS5. I'm just gonna play Warzone on PS4. They don't even care about that. So our generation, we're growing up. We're still playing games, right? A lot of people in our generation are not playing games anymore. And the new generation is coming in, and the new generation coming in, they're playing live service games. They're not playing none of this new stuff that's coming out at all because they do not care about. This is the Fortnite generation we're in.
I ain't saying he's wrong.
Yeah, and I agree. I agree. And to the point where it's like, because a lot of people got stigma on live service games, but it's to the point where people have chosen their game or games already, their select games, and are just sticking with them. So like a new live service game, maybe not even maybe it's gonna be
It'll blow up.
difficult. Yeah, it would be difficult to blow up because people don't want to go from the games that they already own. Like people on Fortnite don't want to get off Fortnite, even to this day.
Yep.
You got
People
some
on Warzone don't want to get off Warzone. People
right.
on X Defiant don't want to get. Yeah. Yep.
Right.
Yep.
I feel like it's kind of changing a little bit now. You know what I'm saying? Like some people like, okay, I'm tired of Fortnite
I
or
think
like the no build mode. They're like, oh wow, I didn't realize I like not building in Fortnite this whole time, but I like that mode better now. And you know,
but a lot of people, like at least I could say with Fortnite, they have such a big selection of creator made maps, and a lot of people don't give it a chance until you're like playing in a group or whatever. And then as soon as you're in a group and you end up playing something different, you're like, oh, okay, this is pretty good. Like I might want to check this out. But it's not one of those things that you'll give up your main games to like try to do something new unless it's brought forth by somebody that's already like did it.
That's the same thing I was just about to say. A lot of the kids they want to play with each other. So like a game like them single player games, they don't want to play that because they're not playing with each other unless they really care about the games.
Yep.
But a lot of the other kids they like to play like the games where they get to play with their friends in school and stuff like that. And those are the majority of the gamers now.
Mhm.
Yep. Pretty sure my son's gonna grow up playing Fortnite or something. Pretty sure.
I just love that gaming has like transformed like a lot of the way that people. It's like a way to branch like generations. Cause
Right,
I don't
right.
mind playing a game. Like normally, at first I was like, I'm not playing with nobody, this, that, and the third. But I love like skill based people. Like if I'm playing, like I'll use Fall Guys for an example, cause that's my game of choice, like my go to game. I don't mind playing with somebody that's younger than me, as long as they are able to keep up with me playing the game. But a lot of these games is like if you don't already have somebody that's playing it, you wouldn't like a lot of people wouldn't look at Fall Guys as a competitive game until they play it. They'll just think that it's like a cute little game or whatever. And a lot of people thought about that like with Fortnite because it was just not like as realistic looking as like a Call of Duty or or like a X Defiant now, but a lot of people don't look at it as like a serious game until they're playing it and then they realize how much fun you're having like just competing with your people or like battling like to try to dominate with your team. I love the
facts,
games that I love it. I love it.
That's
facts.
exactly what I'm saying. They want to play with each other. These kids want to
Hmm.
play with each other. They don't like that's like a thing in the school. Like, hey, are you gonna hop on Fortnite tonight? Are you gonna do this tonight? Because it happens with me all the time. I have friends, grown men, where I'm like,
Hmm.
yo, there's another game out, man. He's like, nah, bro. I only bought my Xbox Series X just to play 2K and Call of Duty. They don't play nothing else. They don't care, have no interest in nothing else. A lot of my friends do. They only play these games. To me, there's so many games out right now that I can't just be stuck on one genre, one live service. That's why I don't like live service. Like if anybody watched my live stream last night, I finally tried the first Defiant or whatever. Yeah, the first Defiant, and it's like it's not a game that's the only game I'm gonna play. But some people they just buy systems just for that one game for the whole entire generation. They don't play nothing else.
That's
So
my stepdad. He literally only has the PlayStation to play Gran Turismo.
wow, Gran Turismo. I didn't expect that. I thought you was gonna say 2K or
Well,
Grand Theft Auto.
he's one of them players that he'll do the whole circuits, the 24 hours, and he's just. I'm like, that's the only game. Like, really? I ain't mad at
That's
it
what
because
he
that's how
enjoys.
people are. Yeah, like I ain't mad at it. But I'm like, some people really like will literally go out and get a console for one game. Like how we was talking about earlier, one game. You'll only get it for one game.
All right, so Bees, low key. you were just talking about it's the first Ascendant, but you just talking about that. What you think about it?
I downloaded it, so let me know.
Um,
I know, right?
w- yeah, I mean, I played a lot of those kind of games. It kind of reminds me a mix of like Borderlands mixed with Destiny mixed with what's that other game, Warframe.
I like that.
It's it's actually a game that I would stick with. Like X Defiant, I can't stick with it because I play Call of Duty. So when I play Call of Duty and I go to that, I don't like it because it feels too different. This game is like I never really played a game like it because it's a perfect mix. It's something I'm gonna stick with. I like it. I like it. Mixed with Destiny too, by the way. And I played
I
a
like
lot of
Destiny. I haven't
Destiny.
played Destiny in forever, but I'm gonna get back on there. Like it just okay. My problem with games, even games that I like a GTA, like not role play, but just regular GTA and Destiny. I was on those when I first started streaming so heavy. My problem came like when you play with certain people, they will make you quit a game because of how toxic or whatever it is. So I stopped playing Destiny and then I stopped playing GTA. Both of those games I'm gonna get back into because I genuinely loved it and I look back at some of my content from playing it and it was so much fun. And I love playing Sentry on Destiny. But when you have a game that gives you the that taps into the like multiple games and makes you feel like you're playing it, I like those type of games when it comes to these new games. Cause it's like so many games come out and they're all cookie cutter the same. If you take a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and you make it into a new game, you'll always get me to at least want to like peek around the corner and play it at least once.
I'm the same way. Like I do like these types of games. I do like live service games. The ones I not all live service games, but still, the Destiny. I was definitely into Destiny. I wasn't like the biggest fan of Destiny, but um, I was definitely play. I was playing it for the gameplay, and I'm gonna be real. The first Ascendant, I like the gameplay. I played the beta, and I liked the gameplay of it back then. And I didn't, I didn't even know it was gonna be free to play. So you know, I'm liking it. Like I'm liking what I'm playing. I do have some feedback though, because I'm not expecting this to be something else. Like I know what I
Hmm.
got myself into. Destiny plays kind of like this. You can even make the argument for GTA Online. It has these elements, but besides the gameplay is a highlight, which is the biggest thing for me. Besides that, though, you got you got you got the story,
Does that mean we're gonna hop on together finally, Fred?
of course. Like I like this game. Um, but the story is not. It's cliche. It's very cliche, very typical looter shooter type of story. So there's nothing special about that. The voice acting is, they do the best they can, but that's what I can say. Like it's, it's not, anything. They didn't knock it out the park, anything like that.
You
It's
said they
very,
did what they could.
yeah, it's very cliche. Like it's not bad, but it's still on the mediocre end. The graphics are actually very nice though. You know the cutscenes themselves, even though there's no substance to the cutscenes themselves look very high quality. So, that's actually that's a good thing. It's There are things that hold the game back, but at the same time, there's typical things that you would see in a lot of these little shooters, like Destiny or like GTA Online, not GTA the story mode, but GTA Online.
Hmm. Yeah.
Um, it's typical things, but the gameplay is there. The gameplay is definitely there, and it's fun to play. So I definitely be I'll be grinding it out for sometime. Beast, you still there?
I'm still here. I'm still here.
I was gonna ask, what's your highlight of the game so far?
I do like the shooting mechanics of the game. I like the fact of how you have your own, like, everybody has their own special powers, like kind of like the superhero stuff. But it's different though. It's because everybody's teaming up together.
Hmm.
to fight these big monsters, and like you don't really see it like that too often in these type of games. But I do like the gameplay, and it flows really good too. It's not like a bad flow. And I'm about to get back on camera in 2 seconds. I could better talk, but that's my highlight. Um, normal looter shooters like that, you don't get as many engagement um with these type of games. You know, like a game, a live service game could come and go and then die just like that in like 1 week. I don't see this game dying. I feel like a lot of people are gonna be playing this game. You know what other this game reminds me of too? Remnant. If you ever play Remnant 2, it kind of reminds me of that, and I like that kind of gameplay. So
Hmm. I didn't think about it like that. I do want to play Remnant 2
yeah,
again. Well,
I never played it. I watched people play it though.
my bad. I lied. I never played that one. I played the first one, but I only got halfway through the first one. I'm trying to beat that really quick and get to Remnant 2. The Remnant 2 looks nice though. It looks really nice. Okay, that was sidetracked. The first sentence was, I don't think it was on the top of the list, so I forgot to put it on there. But that's we can go on to the next.
Mm. Microsoft declines to comment on reports that Black Myth Wukong signed a timed exclusivity deal with PlayStation. We cannot comment on the deals made by our partners with other platform holders. What do you think? What do you think?
Bunch of bullcrap.
I was about to say
So I just
you said about the Microsoft with them thinking that Sony paid for exclusive rights for that game for time
yeah,
exclusivity.
yeah, but no
You got it,
discussions
bro.
or nothing was said. Like it would have been to me, it would have been a much bigger deal if that was the case. Like
I
somebody
mean,
like I don't think it would have been as like it wouldn't be this quiet.
I think it's because that's what they do. So they thinking everybody's doing the same shit. They used to do that before. So they just gonna, say everybody's doing the same thing and be like they're mad that that one game is a game that they picked to do that. But yeah.
low key. I yeah, I think you're right on the head with it. And it's damage control because before this, we had we had the devs come out and say that number one, they announced that it was going to be PS5, um, and they were going to delay the launch on Xbox because
Because of optimization. Yeah.
exactly. So the devs, the people that made the game, said that. So why
And it
would
was already announced. So
it just didn't
why
make no sense. Microsoft should have just kept their mouths closed. They didn't have to come out and say anything. Like,
No, they should have said that the reason why is because the Series S can't run the damn game.
but we already knew that. Like the dev said that we already like you're not they're not fooling anyone. So if we gotta come out here and say that, like it just make you look worse because now you're not taking the criticism and listening to it and trying to improve. You're just trying to damage control your own butt, so you won't seem like you're the problem. And
because then
it's
technically you'd be mad at the developers for saying that you need to have better quality standards for your console. Like you can't get mad at the developers because you're not prepared to hold their game. Like what are they supposed to do? Wait until that doesn't make sense.
it don't.
They should have never released two-tier spec consoles for this generation. I get what they was trying to do, but no, because that's the reason why a lot of the stuff doesn't work. Now you gotta make your game work on. That's the same thing they do with the PS5 or the PS4 Pro and PS4, but it kind of works because the PS4 is out already, and that's the baseline. But you're releasing two simultaneously together systems, one being extremely underpowered, even though it has the same CPU. But the reason it has the same CPU as the Series X and doesn't run as fast as the Series X, um, and you gotta cut the GPU in half, and then you give it lower memory.
Yeah, 16. Wow. So they really okay, yeah. this shouldn't even have been something to discuss because now you're making people look at y'all under a microscope and y'all not even able to. So how many more games are they gonna not be able to do because of
It's
this
gonna,
issue?
as they said, somebody said this in the beginning. Let's see how the generation goes along and see how many more games are able to run on the Series S. Somebody said
Yeah,
that right in the beginning of the generation. Um, but I know what they was trying to do. They was trying to like I said on the one podcast before, they was trying to undercut Sony. They'd be like, "Hey, we have two $500 consoles. We're gonna get a $300 console, and all the kids are gonna buy the $300 console."
it's
That's
a
what they was
mission
thinking.
based game though. Like you need more like that's funny. This is crazy though. When you look at how I think that's another reason why they really should have just kept quiet because now you're gonna start all these people like I don't love it when they do the whole back and forth, but when they be debating about certain games and having it on certain consoles and this and the third, you can't say nothing because it was gonna be on your console, but you just couldn't hold it. Like, what are you gonna really do?
And it's like, what's the point of having? There's no point in having the world's most powerful console if you have the world's weakest console at the moment for the generation. Nah, I can't even say that. I'm sorry. I was trying to. I was trying to. Anyway,
Don't be
go.
petty. I'm gonna say, don't be petty now.
Of the current gen, though, of the current gen, you can say that
I mean, we got the Switch, so I can't really say that. And we got
Switch is the Switch is current gen. Consider current gen.
yeah.
No,
It's
I'm.
well, you actually I do consider Switch. Wait, no. Yeah, I do
Switch
consider
is not
Switch.
current gen.
I do consider Switch PS4 7 gen. I mean 8th gen. Either way go. Okay, so either way go. It's no point in having the world's most powerful console if you have a weaker console that developers must develop for in the same generation. There's literally no point in Xbox Series X. At least
Exactly. There
for
you go.
newer games. That's like that's a upgrade for older games.
Because then you're just gonna have to think about it. Like, so either you're gonna want them to have to like make basically two different games, one that is a little weaker so that it could be on your console, or leave it where all the big kids is over here playing and you just stay over here until you're ready.
Yeah, but they stated in the beginning, they like, yo, no game is gonna if a game has to release simultaneously on Series X and S, no matter what.
And
So
you know what's
they
even
said that in the beginning of the generation.
crazier too? They literally just had the Xbox One X launched before that.
Yep.
Why couldn't that be the solution to your problems? Like, because a lot of games,
Architecture.
but a lot of games still releasing on PS4. Like a lot of
Hmm.
games are still cross gen. So and up until now, we most of our games been cross gen. So like you could have had the Xbox One X come at the same price as the Xbox Series X. I mean Series S,
Hmm.
and you could have did the same strategy. Where like, hey, look, if you still want to be in Xbox ecosystem, but you don't want to, um, you know, what I'm saying you want to get something lower or whatever. Hey, look, we got the Xbox One X. Market that more.
I mean, the Xbox One X got more graphical power than the Series S does anyway. It's just the
Exactly.
CPU that's different.
Exactly. I think you got more
Mm.
RAM in it too, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it does. I don't know if it's newer tech RAM. I don't know if it's like GDR3 or I mean 5 or 6, whatever we're up to now. But I definitely know that it might be last gen RAM, but still better than the. I was looking at a video about that the other day where they put the past gen games versus the past gen systems versus the current systems, and every single time the resolution was always better on Series X. I mean on One X
That's messed
versus the
up.
Series S.
That's
The
messed up.
frame rate was the difference. The frame rate was the difference. The Series S could run it at a higher frame rate, but the actual resolution itself was better on the One X.
You know, and that's why I bought a Series S too, because of the frame rates. But at the end of the
Mm,
day, some of these games not even coming to Xbox. So it's like, eh.
nope. Nope.
All right, what's our next topic?
I, hmm. These Dex, Daxter be able to be played on PSP. I It's not that I
Oh,
don't care.
my bad. That was my bad. That was a joke.
I'm like, I was looking at that and I'm like, and I was gonna, I ain't gonna lie to you, I was gonna skip over it. But I was just like, Freddie, put that there. Let's discuss.
I forgot I even did that. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Cause
Ain't
I was
nothing
literally,
wrong with it.
I was sitting here like, you know, I mean, even okay, even with the next discussion. Cause does anybody you want to touch on it, or you just
Hey,
being
I
like,
played Daxter. I'm trying to
I'm
platinum
not
Daxter right
mad at
now.
it. I'm not mad at it. It's just,
I can play Dexter on my PSP on the new
do you,
one.
oh, you want a hug?
Oh dang, let me clean the screen right quick before I put it back up. But yeah.
Oh wow. I mean, does it look good when you play it? Is it? Does it
Well,
give you the same
the frame
nostalgia?
rate is
Like,
the same as the PSP from what I played.
okay,
Yeah, so I
Yeah.
didn't play it. Beast actually played it. I was just excited that I can, game
so
with
you
my new
just do this in
PSP.
for your own cuddly fluffiness inside that you just want to feel that little tingle of nostalgia.
Man, I mean, this is some good nostalgia because it's not just well, apparently according to Beast, it is the same thing. It's the exact same game.
It's the
But
same exact
It's the same
thing.
game. That's
if
why I was like,
if it was better, if it was running better, then I can say it was a full upgrade because this
add a
PSP,
add.
this PSP looking kind of nice over here. That's all I'm saying. But you can go ahead with your analysis.
I'm about to say like they added trophies. The
Okay,
game
well
got
that
trophies now for PSP.
I'm always happy with trophies. So okay, I guess I could throw them a slight bone, a bone, Clyde-sized bone. Like, I'll throw them a little bone. Okay, for the Call of Duty Black Ops 6, I thought it was already known that it needed to have continuous internet connection. I don't know why people was surprised because it kind of, when I was reading up on it after I seen that it said that, so I didn't understand why people are so distraught by that.
I think because it's well, number one, I don't understand either. I don't even know why it's even news, but uh, it's because of single player too. You still need to be connected to the internet on a single player. But I think most of Call of Duty's been like that, if I'm not mistaken. Like I think the last Call of Duty was like that, and maybe the year before. Um, I'm not sure, so I'm just guessing. But yeah, and there's been a lot of games that's been like that too, where you would need an internet connection to play on single player on games with
Yeah.
single player. Now, at this point, if you gaming, especially on a console game, console gaming, you gotta have some internet, for
I
something.
thought it was like, I don't know. Maybe call me unaware. Call me, let my ignorance flourish because I just don't get the issue. Like, it
Single
works.
player games are require internet too. So some of them.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
they do. Some of them do. Now I would, because we actually got another topic about, I think it's Marvel vs. Capcom 2 or the Marvel vs. Capcom collection.
Uh-huh.
Um, that is it was news that that whole collection will actually be playable from the disc. You don't have to download anything. You don't have to have internet connection. You can just play the entire game on a disc. Now, two things with that. One, that's a highly old game. Like
Hmm.
that was back in the arcades type games. So it's definitely easier to do that to do it with those types of games. Even though it is going to be, I think it's going to be multiplayer online multiplayer in it, if I'm not mistaken. Um,
Should be.
yeah, hopefully, shit. Like, why bring it back then? But I don't want to contradict myself because I would love it to go back to those days where we have all our media on our disc. You know, like
Yeah, that nostalgia, not even just for that, but yeah, that's
Even if
dope.
they give you the disc, they don't even give you a manual or nothing inside the cases
Exa-
anymore.
right, like the artwork and everything. Like I would love to go
Unless you
back to
buy the
those days.
collector's edition.
But at the same time, too, I'm also embracing our present too. Like a lot of games require internet connections. That's it's just it is what it is. Most if you buy Call of Duty for the most part, you're going to buy it because you have the intentions of playing it online. And there's stats that prove that most people that purchase Call of Duty are going to be playing online. Most people don't even play the single player. So I'm actually a person that plays all of the single player Call of Duties. You know what I'm saying? So if I'm not complaining about it, then there should really be no complaints about it. Like, cause
So
y'all not even playing
you
it.
played single player?
Say again.
You played a single player in Call of Duty?
Yes, I love to see. I I played all the single player campaigns at least twice for a hot minute in Call of Duty. I played them all on veteran. I think until like what was the one that came on PS4? Ghost. I never bought Ghost. So until
Mm.
Ghost, I didn't. I stopped doing it as much. But back in the day, like I used to always play them twice and on veteran the second time around, so I get those trophies and stuff too. Nowadays, I just play the campaign, but I still play the campaign. I haven't played Modern Warfare 3 yet, because I
hmm
just heard it sucks. But yeah, I love the Call of Duty campaigns. Like I think they are really good campaigns, and I actually look forward to playing Call of Duty campaigns.
Right, right. I haven't played a Call of Duty campaign since Call of Duty 4.
But see, there you go.
I watch people play, but I want to be I want to be a better shooter. Like I know y'all get tired of hearing me say this, but I don't care. Y'all gonna get tired of hearing me saying it, and y'all gonna actually play with me until I'm better. Because God dang it, I'm gonna be a shooter.
Mm,
God darn it.
go ahead.
But not to segue from no discussion, because since you was bringing up discs and being able to play, it says that Sony is not ending PlayStation disc support, contrary to recent reports claiming they will. I don't know why people thought that they. I mean, you thought that they would realistically though.
What was the
It was saying that I guess people assumed or thought that Sony wasn't gonna no longer have the disc support in their consoles, but it says Sony's not ending the PlayStation disc support, contrary
uh,
to recent reports claiming that they will.
I mean they trying to do like all
But
take the
but that
out they
wouldn't
trying to
really
do all
work.
digital consoles.
That would be crazy because then they after saving GameStop and all that stuff, you're really gonna just take away the like they had like a whole moment where they saved GameStop. You're gonna really take away discs? I didn't see that happening, but the way that everybody wants to make everything so like AI generated like through instant gratification and not going out and having to go get stuff. I still never can see them like stopping using the disc. Like I mean, because you think about it, they sell two consoles. They know that one's going to be a little bit more if you want to just have it with the disc. They're not going to take away something that's going to help them like keep some extra coins coming in. I don't think.
Yeah, I think it was some like it was some other news about it. Or something. It was like they had ended like a contract with one of their companies. That it was something I forgot what it was. I forgot to put it here, but um, I think that's the reason why people kept thinking that they was gonna end this support. And to be honest with
hmm
you, like that's why I'm like I like that the fact that they have consoles now with the PS5 with a disc drive and not like it's an optional disc drive you can buy it or not instead of just having number one you don't have to come up with two different SKUs. I guess it technically be business wise it'd be two different SKUs, but as consumers, it would be it wouldn't be two different SKUs at all. It would just be You know, you either get the disc drive or not, but it gives us the
Yeah.
option, right? That way, it's like, okay, we ain't gotta change nothing. You ain't gotta change the digital aspect of your games. You ain't gotta change the physical aspect of your games. It's all about what the consumer wants, and I think they should keep doing that. Like, so you're gonna have some people still buying. I still buy some of my games physical copies. Some of them, sometimes. Most of my games are digital, but sometimes I still buy physical copies.
I'm buying almost all my games physical, unless it's a game like Call of Duty 2K or something like that. I'm not buying those physical.
Okay, and there
Like
you go.
anything like that. Yeah, like if it's like a Stellar Blade or something like that, I'll buy it because I like the collection. You guys see the collection in the back. I like to stack them up and look good, right? So yeah, I rather do that.
Nice.
No, we
Even though physical copies don't have it's nothing unless it's a collection. It's really nothing to it besides a disc, and then you're basically downloading the download of the disc. But yeah, either way, I still like to have the box.
Yeah, but that's why I like. We were just talking about this last week, the last podcast. Was like, they probably should have like a middle tier where they have a steel book, um, a steel book and a digital version like bundled in together. No, because I would rather get steel books. Like I love steel books, and if games came out with more steel books, I would get more physical copies like off the bat just because of the steel book. Because I like collections, as well. Um, so like if they had, and then too, you'd be able to have a digital copy where if you do like, cause I do like the convenience too. I ain't gonna lie.
Right.
I love just clicking on the game and playing it. So
Like
if they had a
steel book.
yeah, like I man,
This is
like
a steel book.
I love steel books.
When you open it, nice. You got books. Everything tells you limited. This is an old one, by the way. Right? Mass Effect for 360. Right? And now we can show you a copy of a new game that just came out real quick. Um, Let me see. All right, cool. You can use this game right here. All right, Horizon. Right? This came out.
Mm-hmm.
Horizon. Open it. This is all you get. Well, this actually had. But this is like a beta code. But you get what I'm saying. There's nothing in here. There's no. It's just that's it.
Yeah, yeah.
Shit, makes me think about my childhood because you had to get it out the mud. They didn't tell you how to do nothing. You just had to like pop the disc in and pray that you figure it out. To a lot of people, well, but then again, they should have like nowadays since they do like to add like QR codes to stuff to at least have like a QR code so you can at least see something. It's not that I want instructions or anything, because sometimes most gaming is like common sense, but give me a little manual that I could at least revert to if I want to with a QR code inside of the disc.
They got a in game manual. If you start the game up, you press start. They got a manual in there. No QR code needed.
Got you. Okay, so it's not that bad.
You know what the next topic should be. We're on game older games and
Hmm.
stuff. Sony working on the PS5, PS3 emulator on
I seen that
PS5.
on the list. I seen that on the list. I was like, ooh,
Mhm.
That's actually my most excited topic.
shoot. I think that when it comes to the time period, like I just wish that they could bottle up the energy that we had for the PS3 and just like learn from it, dissect it, and give it to us again for like now, 2024.
There's a lot of PS3 games that are stuck on PS3 unless you have a PC and powerful enough to run the damn emulator, right? We got Metal Gear Solid 4. We got all the kill zones, the Infamous, the Resistance. I got them all right here. The Motor Storm, whatever. These games you cannot play on a modern gen console. They didn't do it on PS4. For some reason, they didn't do backwards compatibility. I know the reason why they didn't do it, but to have them on PS5, and then it'll draw attention to people who want to actually play the series. Maybe there'll be another part of another series entry in the series if Sony sees that that series has enough attention. You know what I mean? So, and also the PS3s, they like ticking time bombs. They don't last forever. Every PS3 I ever had almost broke. So, like just like the 360s break, the PS3s break too. And then you can't play your games on PS5. So it's like, why wouldn't you work on an emulator for that?
Yeah, they need
I
to.
did PS3, so yeah, you ain't lying.
It's just like y'all not doing remakes or emulations of these games. Like it's a big absence. The PS3 has a big absence right now, and it's clear as day. So they gotta do something. If you're not making these remakes, at least get the emulator working. And
And once they do that, and if they only have it strictly for the five, that will generate more sales because the PS3 games, like people love them. Like it's just, and I think it might be just because they didn't have it where you can play it on the four. Like normally, how you can move a generation, like the console up. I think that when it comes to like nostalgia, when they do finally work out the kinks, and if they like really do get it going, I could see a lot of excitement for it because the games that they had for the PlayStation 3 was goaded.
legit,
Mhm.
it's on the best multiplayer in ever. Like multiplayer was king back then. Of course, the 360 was, that was the go for multiplayer. I can't knock that. But during that time period in general, we had some of the best multiplayer, and that's their goal right now, to get a lot of multiplayer going on right now. So like it kind of don't make sense why that stuff isn't going on. Of course, it's the sale process and everything, but the report is saying that the rumor is like PlayStation is focusing on games that isn't as CPU uh intensive.
Consuming,
So um or just that doesn't require the cell architecture, excuse me, as much. That does, it's running more like an x86 type of game. So that don't depend on the architecture as much, right? Like the Last
What
of
kind of games
Us.
would?
The Last of Us, that was a very, cell architecture type of game. Um, I really can't think of a lot of them, but at the top of my
I can
head,
tell you something right now. Metal Gear 4, Killzone, and Resistance. All of those games are cell architecture intensive.
dang. And I've been talking about Resistance a lot, but honestly, you are, especially Resistance too. Like that game did some things that was evolutionary at the time. You know what I'm saying, with the scope
Right.
of the scope of some of them battles. Um, so yeah, you right about that. Dang, they need to remake that. Then they need to hurry remake. Like I've been saying this whole time.
Need to remake all that stuff. They remade everything else. They remade the God of Wars, um some other games too, but they didn't remake them. I'm literally keep looking back at them like it's right here. Yeah, there's a lot of games they need to remake.
Mm-mm. Sony, what you doing?
But to be honest with you, it's so hard to emulate those PS3 games that are cell intensive because that cell chip is a very tricky chip. A lot of chips can't copy that. So that's why, and then that was supposed to be the chip that was going to be inside the PS4, but because it was so hard to develop on PS3, they said, you know what, fuck it, we're going to go with the standard, and we've been with the standard ever since.
Mm-mm.
I mean, and Mark Cerny said that. All right, now he has said some other stuff. I'm gonna just be real with you. I'm just put it out there. I was kind of lazy with these topics. Usually, I try to organize them, but I was just like,
Okay, it's not lazy. It's just that you got the stuff separate. It's separate. I kind of get like I'm able to just scroll through and I kind of like pick and like looked and seen Just don't shoot yourself in the foot.
I'm just I'm being
You
honest though.
good. You
Like
got a lot of good stuff. You got a lot of really good stuff. So
usually I put the topics. I put all the topics and then I organize them too. Like
you'll put
into
in
like
my consoles and stuff like that.
yeah,
You normally
or just like if Mark's already said one thing, I at least put all his sayings in. I only did the first half though. The second half is listed. So I just said, hey, forget it. I gotta go to sleep.
it was a holiday too.
Yeah.
Well, I don't celebrate it, but a lot of people do, like eating and whatnot. Shoot, some people just not rolling over. Shoot.
Oh my
People still popping fireworks over here this way last night. So no, no worries.
You know where they're not popping fireworks at?
Where?
In Texas.
Oh, they're not no more.
I
So when I lived there, they stayed on top and still doing it. Oh, speaking. Okay, question. What y'all think about Minecraft for PlayStation 5? That's finally here.
Another
Do y'all even,
Xbox game.
I know, but it's don't do that. Don't see.
I,
You know
I'm just saying, like it's
you're gonna get them going. Like you know how they feel about.
they games. The look, it's another Xbox. Just like how we got to talk about how what's it? If we got to talk about Kingdom Bridge of Spirits being the PlayStation game, which is actually not the second party. Um, we got to talk about Minecraft. That's actually a first party game coming to PlayStation. It is an Xbox first party game. First party. They coming.
Oh, geez.
mean, that's what Xbox wants anyway. A game like Minecraft to be on everything. They already put Sea of Thieves on everything. Um, it's about time Minecraft came to. There wasn't Minecraft on PS4.
I thought it
Yeah,
was.
yeah. I have the Minecraft game, but to have it specific,
I'm pretty sure Minecraft is on
I want to
PS4.
play it. It is on there, yeah, because I have the game. But so, what exactly are they going to be doing like so special with the one that they're having? Let me look on this
It's gonna be the
quick.
same as the Series X version. It just wasn't a native app on PS5 yet. It was always running off the PS4 app.
Yeah, it says acknowledging that until now, the only way to play Minecraft was on PlayStation 5 is by purchasing the PlayStation 4 version, correct? But by developing a native version of Minecraft for PlayStation 5, we will be making the game run more effectively. Okay, for the hardware. And you could so you can lose your inventory in lava with the smoothest way possible. So you still gotta deal with the same stuff. It's just now they have it specifically. I like that though. Like if you incorporate that and I can use my controller and I love the controller for the PlayStation 5. I'm just
Mm-hmm.
saying. Not to get you started, because I keep on forgetting. It's like every time I mention it, I'll be like glancing up like, don't get Freddie started. Don't get Freddie.
Hey, you know me. You
You
know me.
love dual sin. I swear when they first had it and he first got his hands on the controller for the first freaking month, all I heard was dual sense this, dual sense. I was
I
like,
I was going crazy, and not even I didn't have a PS5 at the time either. I used it on my
no, he did
PC.
it.
So
He did
that's
it.
what made me get a PS5. I'm like, oh no, okay, I gotta start waiting because like I bought the controller for PC. I played Ghostwire Tokyo. That was my first game I played with.
Yep.
As soon as I booted
And
that game up and I started playing it, bro, I felt the control. I was like, oh no,
we
this.
never heard the end of it.
Hey, look, this
Hey,
is
you
But
got one of
I ain't
these,
mad
Brad?
at it.
was it? Oh yes, sir.
Oh.
Yes, sir.
That's Elite.
Do it since that's all I use at the moment, honestly.
You says
Oh.
Edge.
Ooh,
The
nice.
the best controller ever made.
Oh Lord, here he go. See, here he go.
Now everybody's gonna hate us.
Hey,
Y'all, it's the fellas, cause I'm an equal opportunity gamer. I love them all. They all my babies.
I can't use the Xbox controller
Oh,
no more. I'm gonna be real. I just I'm not gonna go on a rant, but besides the motion, I mean, besides the haptic feedback, besides the adaptive triggers, right? Because
Mhm.
I think it's all most people are more of an understanding that the haptic feedback is the best feature of the controller, right? Out of all of it. Um, besides all that though, the shape of the controller, like if you took all that stuff away, the shape of the controller actually is the most comfortable controller for my personal hands. The Xbox controller, I cannot play with that controller because of the top of the controller. It's too narrow for me. So when I'm holding the controller, if I'm holding it for long periods of time, my hand's starting to cramp up, and it starts to feel very uncomfortable to me. So the top of the controller for the DualSense is curves. Like the controller got curves to them, and the, like I prefer curves. Like it's more comfortable to me.
You
He
like
said,
PlayStation's curves more than Xbox curves?
Man,
he said,
they just fit right
he
in my
said,
hands.
I like the way that I palm it because the curves is just sitting right.
Exactly.
Oh, I had so many things I could have said.
He said it just feels good in his hands. The way that he just settles nice and nestles his palm. You know, I'm gonna leave it alone.
Hey yo,
I couldn't have said it any better.
hey yo, I'm dying over here.
I'm gonna leave it alone. I mean,
All right, I'm done. Yeah, ain't gotta get me started no more.
Damn, Fred, why am I not widescreen on here? What happened?
I was
Oh, that's
gonna
my fault. That's my fault. That's my fault.
I was gonna say something, but I didn't want to I didn't want to mess up the moment or moments. Yeah.
so what do y'all
Okay.
think about the PlayStation Studios being in the look for a new cast for a new game currently in production? And okay, because you already know people are gonna have something to say. They're looking for a 20 to 30-year-old dark-skinned trans woman, a knife expert, and the story revolves around how their culture doesn't accept women as leaders in their community. I think that this is just asking the poke the bear, so to speak. And it's like we just got through different. We got over the whole, not over because I think that all communities need to have representation and all communities should be represented and have people there. But when you know that it's like the way you word stuff is gonna get people coming out the woodworks to do stuff. Like look what just happened with Assassin's Creed Shadows. And then even like a year before with the whole Hogwarts and stuff, you know people are gonna just like it, to me until they was ready to actually start casting or like putting it out, it just starts trouble, the unnecessary trouble until you're like really like looking. It's if it's in development, it's not even something that's like already like in the works. Why why get the hornet's nest going before you even like have any concrete stuff done? Is all I'm saying.
So I got like a very small story.
Hmm.
I was watching Beverly Hills Cops, the first one, to prep for Axel F
The
on
series.
Netflix. Yeah,
Yeah.
or the new movie. And like I've seen the Beverly Hills Cops before. Like I've seen these movies before, but I didn't watch them all in their entirety. Like I never saw the first 10 minutes of the first Beverly Hills Cops like until a couple days ago. So I say I want to get familiar with the story and everything. The moral to the story though is that I'm watching the movie and I finished the movie. It's really good movie, really good movie. It actually gets funnier as the movie keeps going, which is kind of crazy. Like usually comedies aren't like that anymore. But um, I noticed that there's like a subtlety to movies, and I'm talking about movies, right? But just stories in general. Like subtlety in these movies aren't there anymore. Like they put everything right in front of your face, where like you don't have nothing that you can leave up to your imagination anymore. It's there. Like it's bad writing, right? That's what we call bad writing. There's no subtlety to stuff. And I just feel like without all the details we got, right? But with everything that's going on with we got the Spider Man 2, right? I think it's a really good game, and I think there's subtlety in the story, but there is a clear divide between the first half of that game and the second half of the game. It's clear as day, and they lose all the subtlety in that story once you get to the second half of that game, and it's abundantly clear. And I just feel like
What exactly?
the pandering, right? In the beginning, and I'm on New Game Plus for Spider-Man 2. So I'm actually going through the story mode again and didn't notice I didn't notice some of the subtlety that was going on. But in the first half of the game, with the first couple of missions, there are points where Miles is hinting that Peter needs a break from being Spider-Man. He's hinting at it, but he never says it. Um, he hints it by, you know, um, by recalling times where Peter is just getting mad and angry, and he usually ain't be like this. He'd be random times he'd be getting angry and stuff like that, or say something. And this was before the black suit. This was before the black suit came up, but Peter would be getting angry and argue, and he'd have a short fuse over small things. I guess in our personal life, um, and it would be like, where is it coming from? Like pretty much he's been too stressed out. And then in the second half, number one, he says, "Let me just get a break." At the end of the story, right? Um, but there's more pandering to Miles, like, oh yeah, you should be the next Spider-Man. Oh yeah, I don't have what it takes to be Spider-Man anymore, and all this. It was just like it was very cliche pandering to Miles, and again, it was clear as day. But that without learning all the details to this, it just feel like they are pandering a lot in a lot of these stories. You had Ellie, you had you got Aloy, you got um being the masculine female character, Ellie being the LGBTQ character, female character. You got Forspoken is now the
Mm.
first party, right? It's down the night for second party, but it acts as the second party again that they were promoting. You got the black female lead. It's just like now you got the trans woman lead. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's
I
too
get that.
much pandering. Stop pandering to us because at the end of the day, it's just it feels like they're trying to fill a quota instead of looking going into the story, going forward to the story. We probably couldn't find out that she was a trans woman until later on, right? To where and which is this probably could have been a good story point, especially in today's time where she was probably going to date a man and she states it before anything happens that she's a trans woman. That could have been a good story, and it probably could be in the game. We just don't know because it was leaked out, right? But
Yeah.
I don't think that that's the case. I'm gonna be real. I don't think it's just they probably gonna hit us over the head with it over and over and over again. It's like, why do we need all these things in our video games? Video games are supposed to be entertaining. Move all this stuff supposed to be entertaining. We can get lessons out of it. We can learn stuff out of it. Of course, yes, but there needs to be subtlety to it because at the end of the day, you still got to have good writing. And if you don't have good writing, it's not going to be as entertaining as if someone took their time with it instead of trying to pander to us. You know what I'm saying?
My problem with this,
So, go ahead.
oh, sorry. Well, I'm just gonna make it quick. My problem with this is like until you have some concrete stuff, because I hate how quick people are to just run and attack the communities of like the games that they feel like they shouldn't be leads and this, that, and the third on. But when you title it in the whole article of the leak, it says the story revolves around how their culture doesn't accept women as leaders in their community. And then when you get into the comments, what pisses me off is, oh, the culture doesn't accept women as a lead, so we choose a male. Don't like I hate how they put it so out there where you automatically have the people try to attack the trans community and y'all don't even have we don't even know the name of the game, we don't know the premise of the game, we don't know nothing about what's about to happen, but y'all throw this out there and you let people come up with their own narrative instead of like holding it close to chest until y'all get stuff done. and then you allow these leaks to put these toxic communities to the forefront of it instead of letting us hey, get a storyline, get a trailer going, get something, and then show us it instead of like letting your toxic community bombard the ideal of the game before it even comes out. Like it always leaves a sad, stupid taste in my mouth because they don't never give the games a chance to like
It's dead on arrival.
exactly. And it's to me it's like they know what they're doing. Cause you know if you get people talking about it, all they're gonna do is talk about the little bit that they know about it and just dig, 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 dig.
Now that's a fair point. That is a legit fair point.
To this.
What you was gonna say, Beast?
I just feel like they follow trends. Like whatever the latest trend is, that's what they're gonna follow, and they're gonna make that the person, the character. Whether it's a masculine woman, LTB, whatever it is, they're gonna follow it, and that's what's gonna. They're trying to get that to sell. So that's what I'm thinking they're coming from. But like she said, the game's gonna be dead on arrival just based off of you just saying that. So
Because you're putting, it's like they love pitting the communities against each other to me. Like, you let a trans game have a wonderful trans woman lead and let that game hold its own merit without you saying, oh, in this day and age, women aren't this. And you, it's like you're trying to make it so that it's pitted against each other when to me if you have a really good game I'm not going to care if it's a trans gay if you're Paul I don't care what you are if you have a really good storyline in the game I'm going to play it regardless because I love gaming. Y'all don't have to like make a narrative for it before we even get the game. Let us enjoy what we're gonna see and let us decide if we're gonna be playing it off the merit of what you create, not what you're trying to make as a sticking standpoint to make people like, oh, this is aggressive, this is this. Let's talk about that. Because it just makes it leaves a distasteful taste in your mouth when people do that. Like it's still in production, so we really don't know nothing about it. All we know is that they put this narrative out, and you got all these people like making comments and stuff about it. Over 400 and something, 430 something people on one post, and the narrative is seeming the same. But we don't know nothing about the game, right?
nope.
That's a fair point. All right, what we got up next? And this is why it's important to have you know
Uh,
our own, I guess, our own opinions and stuff like that, because it can be different. People come in different shapes and sizes and have their own opinions about things. So why be
the
quiet about it? You see what I did there? Hey, 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 hey. All right, okay. What we got next?
we got two more touchy. Well, there's one touchy subject on the first sheet.
Uh oh.
I'm gonna tap into that.
The last one was it?
We'll tap onto that one last because I don't want to deep because there's some.
Oh
Well, let me
boy.
just go to this one first. Let me do this one first. Okay, Xbox's max booty
Uh oh.
implies Tango Games closure was partly due to leadership changes. So,
Oh boy.
uh,
Oh boy. Did we talk about? I think we talked about. Did we talk about this last podcast? Beast?
we I think
We
we
did.
tapped into it, but
We
um,
did.
yeah, we did, but
I might have put it
We
as
literally said the same thing but we literally said that was their best studio last year and their best game that they made
mhm,
in for a while, and you just closed it down because of
yeah,
leadership role. Yeah, that's what we was talking about last time. Yep.
okay.
yep.
Yeah.
I wasn't here for it, but I tapped into it. I seen y'all. Like, I rewatched the VOD because I wasn't here, so I did see y'all talk about a lot of stuff
Hey,
that.
turn up support. Okay, okay.
Well, I got it because if I ain't there, I'm still gonna be there regardless.
Hey, turn up. I just the last. I just to just reiterate what I said. If if they close down due to leadership, Wouldn't that fall on y'all as a studio, as the heads of the
Yeah.
studio? So like, I just pretty much admitted that it was y'all fault why the studio closed. But I digress.
Mm. See, okay, for this last discussion on this lovely first page, I'm only gonna I don't even want to dive too deep because to me, everybody and their mama had their own and then we don't even know fully the details. My thing is okay, uh, would you like to start the subject, Freddie? Because
I don't even know what we about to
it,
go
it,
to. Hold on.
it was a lot. Look on the first
After
sheet.
disrespect.
It's the Doctor Disrespect.
Oh,
I
ew.
I feel
Oh,
like this subject has been beat to a pulp on in the feeds and in the store. Like every people are
yeah.
like, okay, if it was such a big thing, why is this? My thing is, long story short, if you are in a company and you realize, and if it was the way that they're making it seem, and it was as bad, then litigations, this and the third.
Mm,
I personally, once you put it out in the world like that, I'm not a follower of his. He wasn't I wasn't his target audience. I don't like people that pander to the other they do a lot of goofy shit to me, personally speaking. So I don't really watch it. So if you hear stories of somebody doing something wrong and a big company technically doesn't really do anything about it, was it found that it wasn't true? Because a lot of people are saying that it's not true. That's why I don't like throwing out stories and stuff until there's concrete evidence and stuff. Yeah, it was a former employee that brought it forth, and now that he brought it forth, he's not really able to talk like he was because litigation and people are, hey, if you break your NDA and you start talking about stuff you're not supposed to. But to me, certain things need to be discussed because you got kids out here that needs to be protected, always and forever. But in the same breath, if he did not do what they said he did, and now his name and all his brands is gone, it's like we don't know until Twitch actually comes forward and says XYZ element of P. I don't understand. I don't get it. I
Well,
mean, I get,
You don't know.
well,
You
yeah,
don't know until you know.
he confirmed it. The
he
doc,
confirmed it, yes,
yeah, he confirmed it.
but
He
then you got these
confirmed.
people. Oh yeah, he confirmed. My thing is, okay, let me give y'all a little knowledge on X or Twitter, whatever you like to call it. When you edit something, people can still see what you put. I'm sorry that y'all think that it's gone and no, if you mess up one word and it's something important as a minor in there, delete your whole tweet and redo it because we're gonna see that you talked to minors in your first statement and then you try
Was
to
it
dilute it.
wasn't it his messages or did he tweet it
No,
out?
he edited his tweet, and then the previous tweet showed him saying that yes, it's out there. I had messages between me and a minor,
Yeah, and
and then some of
There's
them
no
got
exception for
racist.
that.
Yeah, but he
There's no
took that
exception for
off.
that.
Exactly. Like my thing is, once you find out somebody that you revere and hold up there is not a good person, I'm very proud of the Midnight Society. Because even though it's a company that he helped build, they said no. Like they said they
That's
looked into it and they found out XYZ and then they said, let's go. Like,
because that's an ongoing trend around going around anyway too. We got all these people that doing the same exact thing, so they don't want that heat. And that's once again, that's disrespect. That's terrible. That's
mm-hmm.
terrible. It
And
shouldn't be
all his
nothing like
brand
that going
deals and
on.
stuff fell to the ether and then now you got people like, well, how do we know? My thing is, how sick are you
Oh
to
man.
want to see the messages between my thing is who are you to confront if the people higher up looked into it and they you don't make major moves like that and takes your biggest head off of the shoulders if there's not a reason. If these companies really all start dropping you, then they must have found something behind the scenes that we are not privy to know. And to me, it's like it's not for us to like go out of our realm to like show us the transcript. Why do y'all want to see? That's to me. That's kind of like weird on their behavior.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I think the company said that too, though. So Midnight Society, I think he was a co-owner of
Yeah.
that studio.
Yep.
They had said in a statement. I'm trying not to. I'm noticing every time I'm looking at these articles, the our faces keep blanking out. So I'm trying to I'm trying to keep our faces on it. But really quick, let me see if I don't think this is gonna blank us out. Um, it said we became aware of allegations. We assume so. Midnight Society said that they became aware of the allegations. They said they assumed his innocence and began speaking with parties involved. And then, in order to maintain our principles and standards as studio and individuals, we needed to act. So they apparently they had got some type of information from parties involved to try to pretty much confirm it. I'm not saying that they did, but they got some type of evidence that they knew it was going to hurt their brand.
Hmm.
Not just the rumors. So they are terminating their they terminated their relationship with Doctor Disrespect, and then he did flat out come out and confirm it too. Um, so
I think if somebody tells you that, believe them. Like,
yeah, he said that he was whispering. He sent whisper messages on Twitch with to a minor, and um, the conversation was leading towards it to being inappropriate. So that's the details that's confirmed, right?
mhm,
That's what's
Why are you
confirmed.
talking to a minor in the first place?
Yeah, and
like,
especially if they are a minor, you know what I'm saying? Um, it gaming is one thing, or like why if they initiated it, that's another thing. You know what I'm saying? But if you get to a point where you confirm that this person is a minor, and yeah, it's getting off topic and going like, look,
yeah,
I don't, I'm not saying what you should and shouldn't do, right? I'm not finna say that, but the
I
fact of the
will.
matter, the fact,
Shoot.
well, no, you
Don't
shouldn't.
talk to don't talk to minors in no illicit sort of way. Like to
Definitely
me,
not
At
that.
all.
if it's not in
At
game
all.
chat, to me, if it's not okay, this is just Debbie underscore snacks, Debbie snacks 85's outlook on things. If you're in a game chat and you're playing a game, keep it to game chat. As soon
Exactly.
as you try to inbox and you taking it from just enjoying your game and gaming to a personal relationship with a person, whether you're building a friendship or whatever, you're starting to try to have a personal tie or it doesn't need to get that way. If you're gaming, game. If they I'm a fan of yours, leave that in the chats and in the what open world, like the world can see you did nothing wrong because you don't have like, well, hell, you're married. You're married. Fuck all the extra stuff. Forget that. You're married. If you are in a relationship and you are married, you don't need to be having no segue conversations, no implied, no overextended, none of that. Unless y'all in an open relationship and y'all both realize and understand that. And
But
then once
doesn't
you
need to
realize
require a
that,
minor.
yes, and when you realize somebody's age, because some people do be lying about their age, but you, as the adult, is supposed to shut that down when you realize how old. I'm sorry. If you decide you want to have discussions with somebody that is online, your first requirement should be like, hey, let me see your ID, let me see something. Because you don't know. You
That's
never
my
know how
thing.
old people are.
That's my thing. Like, if you don't know, that's a different story. That's a different story.
Hmm.
You should try to get to know. If y'all having those conversations behind closed
How
doors,
far?
then you should get to know. You're like, okay,
Exactly.
that should be one of your leading questions, right? If you don't know, then you just like, because I'm just thinking like, you know, what messed them up was that it was whispers, right? Because I'm thinking like myself. What if I'm in a game chat with like a group of gamers and there are minors
Hmm.
here that I just don't know?
Yes.
That's a different story. Where if you are literally saying direct messages, like that's what it's called. A whisper is a direct message.
Hmm.
So you're saying direct messages to a minor, and then yeah, get off the topic of like, okay, it's a minor, and now you know that there's like, it should be red flags right there since it's a minor. There should be red flags like, okay, my brain should be worried. Like there should be only certain things that if a conversation continues to happen, which should slim down at that point, right? We can
But
only
you
talk
know,
about gaming. Like, okay, maybe a sponsorship, maybe um uh you know, I don't even want to say this because people now meet minors and stuff like that in real life
but
and doing other
there's
stuff.
professional outlets on how to do that. Like, there's no way you should have to have, like, to me, like, that's why I like where you get that fluff of a middle ground when you're doing something like, if you have yourself and you're in a big platform, there are people that there's levels to get a hold of you that nobody should be able to be that attuned to where you are able to just use your, because I don't care how you look at it. If you know you're a higher up in like the gaming world and stuff like that,
You
you
need
know people
management or
are trying to
something.
reach out. Yes, people are going to come
People use
to
their
you
power all the
for
time.
Yeah, because
exactly.
he making
Like,
money. He been making money. So like like you said, you gotta have channels. You gotta have people. You gotta have community managers. You gotta have moderators. You gotta have some people like, okay, like let's say if we wanted to go a professional relationship with this as far as gaming, right? Because that's the only thing that I can think of. Right, I can't think of nothing else of why he would be talking to a minor on gaming, right? Besides
Unless he's some weirdo.
but right, or like you trying to do like some type of sponsorship, or you trying to do like some type of community thing, and you see potential in this person. Okay, cool. My people will talk, or my people will reach out to you. That way, we can get something going. Right. I don't see no other reason to talk to a minor unless it's about, like you said, about gaming, and it's direct
He
messaging.
wanted
So
something else. He
it
wanted
should be
something else.
some limits to
yeah,
it.
let's move on because I don't. This subject has been beat to the rim, and until like I do love. I will say this though before I'm done with it because I know I do love that though he is as high up as he is. I love that people are holding it accountable when they realize how bad or how whatever it is. Like, will he get his brand deals and stuff back if XYZ and LMP? Who knows? Because you know how weird some of these people are in these industries are. Like some people don't care about certain things like that. Oh, you wasn't ever charged for XYZ, so just let this settle down and then we'll come, put you back. Like you know how they're gonna do it. But either way it goes, you got your comeuppance. You got to roof sweat what you sow, and we don't want to see you be you know
Nah.
what?
Dun, dun,
And
dun.
and yeah,
I
chill.
low key, I was gonna relate this to the Kai Cenat situation because I think I saw something about he had took he technically speaking, right, without context, he had took
Mhm.
like a photo with a minor. I feel it was somebody famous
No,
kid.
see, okay, pause.
Wait, no, no,
That
no,
was
hold up. I'm about to clarify that though. That's what
I'm
I'm
mad.
saying. Like that's the appropriate way to go about
Yes,
things because
ex-
you can tell that number one is out in the open. I don't know
mhm,
how it came together, but most likely it was through you know a a mutual understanding that they were getting together for brand recognition.
yes,
And most
yes.
likely, if that was the case, they wasn't. If they were talking, they wasn't talking much. They had other people filling
Yo,
that together to organize that. So that's
do you
something that that's how that Doctor Disrespect thing should have went. Because if not, then the only thing we can say was you was on something else. You know what I'm
We
question?
know he was on something else. You know that.
Yep,
saying?
You know
question.
that. We're
Do
not even
y'all
going
do
to get
y'all
into it. You know that. You know that. Just look at
exactly?
how he talks. Look how he speaks. He was on something. He was on that. Ain't no grown man gonna talk to no little kid, bro. If it ain't about unless it's about gaming, because I literally play with little time on the game. We only talk about Call of Duty. When are you gonna hop on Call of Duty? Are you gonna play Call of Duty today? We ain't texting outside of nothing talking about like getting candy, ice cream, none of that shit.
Oh yeah,
These people be
that's
on some weird time, bro.
yeah, that's crazy.
People act like okay for the stuff with North and whatnot. People act like we didn't have Sweet 16 where adult performers was able to like come and do events and stuff for these kids to celebrate them. And to me, like, okay, that's like not saying it's the same thing because she is a celebrity child, but like make a wishes and the hospital visits with celebrities and stuff. You have proper ways to link up with kids to do stuff for somebody that is your fan. There's no way that you can like I don't care what nobody say. Like
Especially when you got money.
to me, Kai, I hate when people put that narrative on him because one, he doesn't even bring that to the he don't bring that energy. He never has, and he's so like supportive and he gives back. Is he really like do I watch him fully because he does have a lot of the antics of like somebody that you like his crowd is young. But when he does his big stuff, I love watching his gameplay, his productions for his stuff is very much like knee deep in it. But he doesn't I have never seen nothing from him. So when they was comparing him in the same breath, that low key like had me heated because y'all want to always take somebody when they finally get to the top of the table and try to knock them off with other people's bull that has nothing to do with them. He was
Mm,
never alone with her. He never had no interactions outside of her mama was there watching, and it was a birthday party that he
by
didn't
a
even.
black
And
couple.
so, like, my thing is like, don't push that narrative on somebody that is finally up there that other people like him could look up to. And it's like you always want to try to like knock over somebody that is not even doing anything, but you want to have that narrative. Well, what about this person for doing that? The two you can't compare apples and oranges. That's not the same thing. Like stop doing that.
You know what it's called? Anytime you're on the top and they try to get you down, they try to blacklist you, blackball. You're not
Mhm.
doing what we want you to do, so we're gonna come fuck it up. So, and that's what they
Mhm.
do. That they do that all the time, and they try to do it with him too. So, and especially everything's coming to play with that too. I'm not gonna say, but yeah,
Yes.
Now,
Too.
yeah,
speaking of
yep.
Kai Cenat,
Yeah.
yeah, he had a lot going on. Fourth of July weekend, Fourth of July weekend, Fourth of July just passed, and
Mhm. Mhm.
Debbie, what he do? Besides almost burn down his
Oh,
house.
my dear Kai Sinat. First of all, I would like to say this because everybody was getting on Kai and I mean on Davis, and my thing is what people fail to realize is y'all some hating ass. I'm sorry, y'all some hating ass people because Davis's room was trashed last. His room was he couldn't even live in his room last year. Y'all all mad. Like I get it. Like my only thing I said was because I was streaming at the time, so I glanced because I had him tabbed up because I knew they was gonna be on some stuff before the fourth because they always do and whatever. Right when I seen, you know what got me to know that it wasn't real? He blew up the chair let me know that it wasn't real. But outside of knowing that, like from watching him, that was the livest prank I've seen to date because Davis got his butt reamed. And then they went black. Like now nobody discussed it. As soon as he put that big old firework on top of that fire, all them that pile of fireworks, and he lit that mug, I said, "Oh, this is gonna be some shit." He almost got banned from Twitch. Did y'all know that? He had to call his reps to let them know it wasn't real.
Yeah, so Kai Cenat, like Debbie said, almost got banned from Twitch. Which he wasn't gonna get banned because it was a prank, but they had
If
lit up
they would
some
have
fire.
blew that house up in real life, he would have
Yeah,
been banned.
almost kind of what Speed did back in the day, but back in the day, Lord,
Oof.
but Kai Cenat had blew off a whole bunch of fireworks, like literally. I'm talking literally. A stage prop of his his actual basement. It wasn't his basement, so they lit the fireworks up. Somebody else did. and
Davis. Yeah, I am
yeah,
Davis.
on stream, on stream.
Yep.
Now the crazy thing about it was that um I don't know if this was recently too. It might could have been an old video, but I just saw another video of him having like a firework war with this other person, like by his house or something like that. And
I
he
know they
actually
went outside to do it. Yeah.
yeah, he actually like they actually almost blew his house up that time. Like for real. Like cause the grass was on fire and they was trying to put it out. But they didn't even know the grass was on fire. So he pranked like he was about to blow his house up, but it wasn't his place, or it wasn't his actual place, right? It was a stage prop, and then they actually did almost blow his face up afterwards during the fireworks war. So yeah, Kyson had been living his best life.
So, and Davis, you know what? Give that man like he needed an award because he took the like for 20 like until they got on the next day because it was a co-stream with Mr. Beast and Kai Cenat. So when they got back on and they announced that it wasn't legit and whatnot, and how they went through the show and how it was done, I'm like, yo, what makes it so much real is the fact that if anybody remembers how bad Davis's room was and how it was looking, like he couldn't. They had to like redo the whole room because Kai tore that room up. But he tore it up with one firework. I think that's what made people scared is because they thought it was real because of the amount of fireworks it was, and they knew what would have happened to the house if it was real. So the people that knew, like, when they be tussling, AMP be going at it. It be funny as hell. I love watching it because I like watching the young folks like enjoy life because it's not like they have the same kind of like life that like I was outside playing when I was a kid. Like to me, this is like streaming and like content creating is their way of like being out. This is their outside kind of because they always do something and it's always like the next step, and I love watching it because you know like it's like we passing the torch to another generation so that we can see how they live and how they have fun and turn up.
Turn up
I
the
don't know
heat.
if this is on here, but the one creator that I'm worried about, and I don't think it's on here, is Your Rage. I hope his eye is okay because I was
Oh, he
watching
got hit with the
the
axe. He hit
axe.
himself.
Yeah, he hit his
Yeah.
eye, got hit with the axe, and his eye was bleeding. They said for the update, they said that he cannot see out of the eye.
Oh,
Like, yeah. So I'm hoping that as the blood vessels and whatnot heals, I hope that he's able to see. I'm gonna look for updates because it's like you don't ever want to have something that you enjoy doing, making content and stuff, be something that will make it so you can't live your life in the normal way anymore. I never want to see a content creator do something in their content that makes it so that they have to have a life of being disabled or whatever. Because Lord knows that's not the life that y'all should want to live. Because I look normal, but I'm disabled, and ooh, baby, y'all enjoy y'all's
That's
life, but do it
crazy.
safely. If y'all gonna do something crazy like that, wear goggles. That's all I'm saying. They have
He
all
didn't
these.
expect that to hit his eye. I seen that video. I
Yeah,
seen that video.
I was watching it. I was like, oh no, and
He
and
literally
the way
said,
he
"I'm
screamed,
blind."
yeah, the way he screamed bothered. It still bothers me because I'm like, no, there was no updates or nothing for like they had to make sure he was good first.
So that
Yeah.
eye is blind
Well, they
officially.
said as of like he can't see out of the eye. Like Max came out and said it with an update. Like he can't. So I don't know. I'm hoping. Oof, because that's a sad way to have things go. Like he could still have a normal life if it was to like, but it's not gonna be ever be the same. So I just
No.
hope that like for now on, like people could see, like I'll even say, ooh, because this ain't on here either, but this is more recent stuff with Speed. I don't follow him, and I will never be interested in his type of content. But you don't never want to go to do your thing and then have people like jump you, beat you up, and stuff. Like Somebody
Mm.
threw urine at him. Like, that's disgusting.
Oh yeah, he went to Norway.
Yeah, like,
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
that
Don't you
whole
throw piss at me?
that whole thing on there. That man
What?
went to Norway and
Didn't they
uh,
pull his hair and all that in the
Yes,
crowd and beat him up?
yes.
All
yeah.
right,
So the
yeah.
fans of his fans in Norway was acting a complete fool and a complete mess trying to get to speed and somebody jumped in his car with him as he was trying to escape all that mess. Yeah, pulling his hair while he was trying to
They didn't
escape
have
and
no
stuff.
good security because his foot was messed up, so he had to get carried to the car in that mob of people. So
I'm
he
gonna
was
say you
doing
saw
the
that
stunt.
mob.
Yeah, he was
What?
doing a stunt and he hurt his ankle, so he couldn't even walk or run or nothing
Oh,
like that. He was sitting on the stairs and then they started piling in. So then he ran. They tried to run out where they thought he can get out, and they literally ran into the mob. So yeah, they threw piss at him and they pulled his hair and it was he's still on there like yelling and roasting them. I don't watch, like I said, I didn't even watch his reaction to it. I'm just seeing clips of that because his content isn't mine for me, and that's fine. But nobody should ever get hemmed up, beat up, hurt for doing something that, even if they are
I don't like that type of content anyway. I ain't
annoying.
gonna hold you.
now
I don't
he,
I
watch
don't like
him,
that
but
type of content.
I
I
don't
don't
watch
like
him,
that.
but I feel for him because
you said you
young,
do
dumb,
like it, Beast.
pepper.
I said I don't. It
Oh yeah.
reminds me of a couple people back in the day that they I can't remember the name of these guys, but they was like they'll go on YouTube, they'll make videos and they like always talk about like, oh, we're gonna do this, guys. We're gonna blow something up, guys, so that you get like all this excitement. They never do it. So it's like kind of like content. I don't like that type of content. I like the content what we're doing with like what we're talking about. Stuff like
Mhm.
that, little funny skits and stuff. It be fake. We all know it's fake. So I
Yeah.
don't if it's fake, I don't like it.
Yeah.
Oh, I
I
can tell y'all exactly why I knew that this now that it's done, I knew that Kai's room was fake because of the chair from Nicki Minaj's chair.
yeah, I
When
saw
I
some
seen
people saying that too.
the bottom, the top part of the chair was totally different, and then whenever he streams, he's always in front of his camera, and when you look to the side, it's like they try to get the measurements right, but the angle was off a little bit. The wall looked funny,
Yeah, at least
but I
he
still
at least we can move on from that though. So
yeah.
or let me not say we. He can move on from that because it was a prank. It ain't got to be. He ain't do nothing foolish. He ain't do nothing foolish. Let's just say that.
Yes. Ah, Lordy. Okay. Y'all ready to move on to some
Back to the games.
back
Wait,
to
what
the
else?
game?
What else did Speed do? He did some. Oh, he was at a. He was talking to a car salesman as
Oh
well.
yeah. That made me mad, but for different
Now, see,
okay,
you go ahead.
I can get my bad. I can get the dude being mad at him like cuz yeah, I'm selling my car, but you're touching my car. I can get being a little from that, but you literally didn't want to sell him that car, and everybody, I don't care who you are, knows the reason why.
Legit.
You could tell that he you could tell that he was the one in charge. So everybody referencing to Speed, you could tell he actually had money. He may not have looked like it to this man, but you knew like they're convert like the way that he converses with the people, and yes, I said converses, don't come for me. But the way that you could tell that that they're there for him. So even if you don't know who he is, you can't sit here and just keep doing that narrative where black people don't got money.
And
You don't think that was a prank? You think that was like legit? He didn't want to sell the car?
No, he was mad because of the way he was touching his car, and he walked up and said, "Hey, hey, hey!" So he's like, "Oh, that's you selling this car? You sell it?" I think it was initially because he was touching his car.
Mm.
I
I
ain't gonna
seen
lie,
that video
dude.
too.
He and bro, he's a salesperson. At the end of the day, like you there to make a sale.
Yeah, it
The
shouldn't matter who's buying it.
right, I was in sales before. Like you can't be
I
judging people like that. You're there to make a sale. So so you really can't judge a book by its cover, unless you talk to that person. That's all in sales. You have to be talking to that person first to know what type of game they on. You can't just be looking at a person and be like, oh nah, no, you ain't had no type of conversation with him, and you didn't want to have a conversation. You wanted him to leave. So that was some
And
straight
he
up
was shutting
racism.
them down. He was shutting them down in every. Cause my thing is, I'm with like his last statement was like, "So you're just not gonna sell me the car?" I would have
Damn.
had you. I would have rather had you opened up with that, so I wouldn't have wasted my breath and time sitting here. Cause there's other cars here. I just liked yours. Like
Right.
you showing. But then again, okay, I'm not. I'll never agree with the guy, but I'm gonna try to. I'm gonna attempt to be the devil's advocate. Okay, he's over there and he's a big streamer and everybody. Do you think that they're showing footage of him so people already kind of like know who he is? So people are like, "Oh, here's this obnoxious person in our area doing all this stuff here to like get views and stuff." And then he's probably been being loud and big and whatever at that event that they're at. Nah, I'm not gonna be devil's advocate because I don't even care if he was being annoying. He's young.
It's
Ain't
just
no way
that
in hell you gonna. I tried. I at least put 5 seconds into trying to be devil's advocate.
it's just like he wasn't being like actively trying to talk to him at all. Just like you just wanted him out, and I don't get it as far as a business sense. Like I don't understand why. I don't understand. Maybe because there was cameras around too. I can probably to be devil's advocate, but unless you was on some shicey stuff, you shouldn't have
Mhm.
been concerned about that. You know what I'm saying? Like you should have been proud of trying to sell someone something. You know, unless I don't know. I haven't sold a car like that either. So to be like that was advocate. I haven't sold no freaking new
You
cars. So
know
I don't know.
exactly how he was trying to come.
Yep,
So
he was.
I'm just
He's
saying,
very much racist.
just to get some, not to be, you know, and
He
I'm
tried
saying
to do
y'all
the
are
devil.
not
Yeah,
to be arrogant, right? Not to be like
yeah.
play the black card every time to like try to see if it was some other reason. But no, at the end of the day, like my first impressions was racism, and after I kept looking at other scenarios, the solution I end up with again is racism. So like,
I mean,
hey,
there's no other way to look at it because you like they obviously and other like people think that racism just has one pinpoint stop. No, it's everywhere. And once you have that narrative in one location, it kind of like hive minds and it's sad to say, but we'll never really get a fair shake. But you're not gonna make me feel little just because of the color of my skin or my gender. Because a lot of not even gonna go there, but like mm, 2024 is still feeling 1950s, 60s ish. Like it does. It's not. It's like another decade, another the same thing. Like it doesn't ever. Don't they? It's and I don't want it to be like this, but do you think that it will take? Well, no, because it's generational. I was gonna say, do you think it'll take all the people from that time to finally be gone for it to move forward? But no, they move that from generation to generation, so they teach their kids that same hate, and it just never goes away.
legit, legit.
Gaming, gaming, gaming.
Hey, turn
Whew.
up. What we on next?
Super Monkey Ball, Banana Rumble is a welcome to return to the series, but far from the best. Do y'all think? Did y'all ever play that? The
I
Super
played
Monkey
Super Monkey
Ball?
Ball, but don't know if I played Banana Rumble.
Yeah. They said we managed to go 12 years without a brand new Super Monkey Ball game. Although Sega has kept the franchise alive with HD remasters and remakes, Super Monkey Ball Banana Rumble is the first entirely new entry into the series since Banana Splits on Vita. I mean, Lord,
Vita.
I know my brain is like, yeah, but I think it's a cute game. But I will have to play it. I ain't even gonna lie. It looks like something I would like to do. Like I like cute, aggressive games. It looks cute but aggressive. Like,
That was that game
What do you mean aggressive?
that.
huh?
What you mean aggressive?
Because it's like you gotta knock them off the road thing, right? It look like
If this is the one that I'm thinking about, Super Monkey Ball usually is just like oh yeah, this is the one that you do gotta knock them off actually.
yeah, this cute, but I like them. I play Fall Guys. I like cute, aggressive games. I like games that people don't think that you can make. You can make any game toxic if you try hard enough.
That's messed up, but true.
I mean, yep, you can make
This
any.
this came on like that was it a demo disc? 'Cause I feel like I played the demo back in the day, like with
On GameCube, right?
PS2. I think it was PS2. I played it on.
mm, it's Super Monkey Ball Banana Mania that you might have played.
That was on PS2.
I think. Hold
Well,
on,
I
let me
just remember
put.
playing one of these. Like I only played it as a demo back in the day, so I really don't.
Uh,
I don't know no context of it besides that. But I mean, it was actually kind of fun. That demo was.
I
So
mean, it ain't gonna do better taking over from like no Mario Kart and nothing like that. But it'll be something like cute to play, I guess.
right, like if it come on like a subscription service, something like that, I'll play it. You know what I'm saying? Especially with the review of it, got 3 out of 5. So I think that was from IGN though, but still like it's not something
I
I'm finna
do.
go out and purchase, but I'll play it one of these days. You know when I get the chance to.
I'm surprised it's not on Game Pass.
They throw everything. I put
Right,
everything on it.
shaking my head. It would have been perfect too.
Mm.
Yeah, this is a game that would have been perfect for that. I mean, I don't see too many people going to the store just to buy this, but
All right, what else we got?
Ooh. They got for the Astrobot. They got they're giving away a free avatar for the bots. Um, and they have the different codes for the. I'm gonna put the North America one in the chat because
Yeah, go ahead and download
I
y'all free
like. I'm gonna
avatars.
be in that game. Yes, get y'all free avatars for the Astrobot if y'all, you know, want to go ahead and get that. Let me put it on the YouTube over here. I got y'all. I got y'all. I got y'all. But go ahead and get on that, and I think that I just can't wait because nobody's gonna be able to tell me nothing negative about my boy Astro. He always got a place over here in my house.
Yeah, I can't wait to see his debut breakout title. Right, like that. That's gonna be amazing. I can't wait to play that.
yeah, I seen how fun I just platinum Astro's Playroom. I seen how fun that was and
That
how
was my
the little
first
puzzles
platinum.
and
I'm
stuff like
talking.
that. Hey, turn up.
There you go.
I can't wait for that too. That's actually gonna be pretty good.
And you know how you know it's gonna be so good? It's when people are like not even saying nothing because a lot of people complain when like free game like if it starts out as free and then the next one you have to pay. Like nobody has that complaint because it's a well-rounded, solid free game.
No, that's a good point that you just. I didn't even think about that. That's a really good point.
Like nobody can say nothing because that game really like I said it before and I'll say it again. That game helped me out with my controller because it helped me get it let me know everything I can do with it.
It's the best use of a DualSense controller game out there.
They did their job with it. That's all I could really say.
I
Like
know
they really
Freddie when
did
he
their
grabbed
job.
that controller, he was like, "Oh my god!" If he ever played the game, I don't know if he played it yet.
Oh yeah, definitely. I'm replaying it right now, so I can. I'm trying to get the platinum too. I ain't gonna lie, I haven't did it yet. But no, just now going back and replaying it.
Ali,
It's
one
like,
thing I do like about
all right, you can go. You go
the
ahead.
Ooh.
one thing I do like about the game is they got all like the PlayStation characters in it.
Mhm.
They got the systems in it, the accessories. They have all that stuff in the game so that you can collect it. So it looks good. Like, oh, you have the PS1, and they show you like all the little accessories they have with that.
Hmm.
If you platinum the game, and Debbie knows,
Yes.
you got all
Yes.
of those stuff. I like that.
Yes. Anytime
Like
you
the
had to
game.
sit here and go like this, with like you had to like physically like do different stuff with your. They
So let me
was
ask you a
not
question.
lazy. They was not lazy with it. That's all.
Let me ask you a question. What was your favorite part? Like, what was your favorite little game?
My favorite area is the ice level where you have to do the sliding and then you have to keep running till you. Well, because I did the time, the timed events after the.
Mhm.
Yeah, I like that one, and then the beach one. There's a beach one where I wish I could.
Was the
I'm gonna look
first
up the
level.
names of it. Yeah, the
The
beach
first level.
level was lit, and then there's this one area where with the bridge, like you had to like start off on the like you have to climb up and you're running around and then you have to jump over and then you have to jump up on the little platform and it disappears and like I could tell you that level. I don't know the name of it, but I could tell you that whole level like from start to finish. um and then at the end, it's like I like the glide one, the one where you had to glide through the circles.
So you like the whole game.
I love
You like
basically.
the whole game.
Yep, yes, because I was gonna say, and then the one where you have to do the trapeze and I love the whole game. The whole game, you can't tell me nothing negative about it. I haven't
I
played that
don't, the
game
one
since.
part I don't like is that one where you had to bounce as a frog. Like you like going like bouncing, and I can never get the bounce accurately. I was like but everything else was perfect.
If you get your angles right, I think that you would like it because that's another game that is like it ain't supposed to be toxic because it's a so like you might like. But I used to beat up the robots and make them all follow me. I would run around because when if you hit a robot, I don't know if y'all know this, but if you hit a robot in Astrobot, they follow you. So
Oh yeah,
I used
no.
to just
Astro is a
whoop.
bully. He's definitely toxic. He's a straight up bully, and
I used to whoop ass.
lot of people don't know that, but yeah, Astrobot is a bully.
You
Just
put
let
hands
y'all
on
know.
them.
Yes.
That's actually a trophy. If you smack a couple of them
Hmm.
and 100 of them or something like that, and they follow you around for some amount of time, that's actually a trophy.
And you want to know something? I didn't know it. I was just being me.
What?
I was just I was just putting foot boots to
Oh man.
segueing to another popular game. Stellar Blade is estimated to have sold over 1 million copies according to Shift Up, the highest Metametric user rating of all PlayStation 5 games at 9.2 after over 5,000 reviews. PC is also being considered. What do y'all think about Stellar Blade and their accolades?
Good job.
That game is that's an accomplishment. People say that 1 million copies is like a bad thing, but to me, it's not. That's a good accomplishment. And if they take it to PC, it's gonna be more. So I've been playing through the game. I didn't beat it yet, but I would say Stellar Blade is one of the games that was just shocked me for this year. Didn't think it
Mhm.
was gonna be like that. Doesn't play like Devil May. It plays like itself. You know, a lot of those games they play like another game. Like
Mhm.
Bayonetta, you can say plays like Devil May Cry. Stellar Blade plays by itself. Pretty good.
You
Nice.
know, I will say that it's pretty disappointing in one aspect. Um the fact that we had a whole movement called Free Stellar Blade and so much activity on there, and we they made polls and uh uh what was not GoFundMe's, what you call that,
No, change up where they do the
the survey things.
dang. Not yeah, I know what you're talking about, but Lord my brain.
Yeah, they did like a change type survey thing with it
Where did they get signatures?
yeah.
Oh, I know what you're talking
They
about. I know what you're talking
people
about.
people did the most. Like over y'all so y'all nasty, you know what?
I'm just saying, like,
Y'all like
not? Where y'all at? Because
they nasty. Like y'all did all that over clothes and titty meat showing. Like really?
you would think that the game would have sold more than at least 2 million from all of that. So how y'all talking about this game?
Nah.
Now people
But
like
still,
no,
that was a
Freddie.
big movement.
As
It
long
was
as
a lot
people
of
have
people,
views, people don't care. I bet half the people that was typing on this didn't even have the game. They just want something
They,
to just
and
they
that's
did the
my.
talk
same
about.
thing with Bayonetta, and Bayonetta 3 only sold 1 million.
But that's my problem though. How's there so many people talking about this and moving with this movement, but the game hasn't sold higher? That means that a lot of y'all that's talking about these things that's in the game, that's affecting the game apparently for y'all, it's not even buying the game to play it.
Nope. That's called Twitter fingers.
Yeah, as long as they got a keyboard that they can sprout their non-important opinion. Because normally you'd be like, no, everybody's entitled to their opinion. No, some people need to just shut up. Just shut it
And you
up.
know what?
Like,
I blame a lot of people on Twitter. If you not even if you're not even in that movement,
You know,
you know why?
ag-
Because y'all giving them the spotlight, y'all giving them engagement, y'all doing all this, but not doing you doing a bare minimum for people that's actually gaming. I have people on my Twitter right now that because y'all know in the crumb side, that's what they call this side of the gaming community, right? Whatnot. The crumb side, there are a lot of people that follow each other, and there are legit people that post gameplay that are true gamers, and nobody gives them the spotlight. Nobody. But yet y'all wanna report on, and I'm not talking about just like podcasters, right? But y'all want to
yeah.
engage with these people. Y'all want to report. Y'all want to do the most for all this negativity, but not doing nothing to. That's why we in the age of gaming right now that we in. You can't just keep blaming developers. You can't just keep blaming these publishers. You can't just keep blaming the companies, because we all know how companies work nowadays. We grown as crap. So, at what point do we take into consideration that we have to do some? We have to have some type of responsibility and either give some people the spotlight or don't give some people the spotlight. Because once you do, if we all in a connection, once you do, it's just gonna keep spiraling out of control, and boom, now we got people talking about games that's not even playing
it's deeper than that, Fred. They're talking about games they're not even playing. They're posting videos of other people's gameplays, right? And then they're the ones that got the most engagement and the biggest Twitters.
That's
They're the ones
ridiculous
that got the
to
most.
me. That's like,
Yeah.
okay, use this. Let's use our forum of the gameplay podcast. Y'all know me. Like, there's certain games that, like, I bring up the topics and stuff, and then what do I do if I don't know nothing about the game? I step back. I bring up the topic, broach it, and then step back and let y'all discuss it, and then add input as a person that is listening into your take of things and asking questions like, well, why is this? What is this? If you don't even have no gumption to even like try to understand it, but you just want to be contrary and argue, then that's one aspect of the gaming community that I hate. If you don't even pick up the controller to play the game, or at least have somebody that you can like talk to, the like piggyback ideas on what you like about it. What can I see if I did decide to play it? If you don't even have that much going forward, then you really should just sit down and just shut up. Don't even type.
it. Legit, legit.
But they're the ones that got the biggest engagements, though. That's the
That's
problem. And
crazy to
people
me.
follow them. Like I can name one person right now. If Freddie wants me to, that he got a big following, and he don't even play shit. And he just posts. He's like he's a console warrior too.
That's
But
on you. That's on you.
oh
You
yeah, I point him out. His name is J Rock. I don't like people like J Rock. J Rock posts his stuff all the time, and he don't play these games. He don't do none of the stuff. He just posts stuff. He posts stuff because he knows it's gonna get attention,
I
and
think I
people see the
follow him.
intention. So you said what?
I said I think he's one of the people I follow. Like,
If you follow him, I mean, he
well,
don't play the
I don't
game.
know no dramas or nothing like that. I just
Oh well, I'm just giving you an example. That's one. It's a couple people up there that does that, but I'm just giving you one example. He's one that he will post stuff for engagement. Oh, Stellar Blade only sold 1 million. Oh my God, PlayStation, what's going on? But that's what people want to see. They like the drama. And then we
that's
got people
stupid.
like me, Fred, and everybody else that's actually playing the game or streaming the game and stuff like that. We post our stuff. It's like, okay, you know.
and this my
But that's the
problem.
stuff they get to stuff.
This my
Yeah.
problem. You can't get drama nowhere else. Like, why come y'all can't just let us be nerds, right? Like, why come like you have TV shows, you have movies, you have that's what movies are for, right? A lot of movies have drama in it. That's the main thing of making movie entertainment is is drama. Okay, why do y'all have to? Why do we have to be in the gaming community having drama? Like, and that be the highlight of everybody's week. Like, it doesn't make sense to me because at the end of the day, we are all real as people, and I guess that's the highlight of people. They want to see drama between real people, which is kind of you
Hmm.
got UFC for that. Okay, like like you got so many avenues that you can get drama out of. It's like, yeah, I feel like people feed off of other people being in danger. That's what my take is. Because at the end of the day, this stuff can get messy in real life.
Mhm.
Like
Yeah.
at a drop of a dime, and all people gonna do is laugh at it for for they to get they quick 30 seconds to an hour and a half of dopamine and move on with their lives.
But then people be really pulling up and like I seen some spaces people like, nah, pull up. This my address. I'm ready. Like
Why are
over.
you doing that to somebody
Legit,
online? You pulling up.
But you
legit.
know
Why
what
you
I
pulling up with
noticed
somebody
though,
online?
and I say this as somebody who do have I have the blue check mark, but I do it for my gaming because I like typing. When I type out stuff, I don't like doing the multiple tweet thing. I like to get my stuff out and keep it going. So I do pay for my check mark, but when I noticed that a lot of the people that try to get the engagements have the check marks, so it's like you make people like me who have it for to edit my tweets and stuff like that. You make it so that people like me have to defend my check mark and me paying for this check mark because you out here doing the dozens and trying to get farm engagement and do all this stupid stuff that I don't even like do. I don't. Even, I make it to a point because I talk a lot of shit and I'm a very controversial person. Like I just because I'm blunt, but I make it a point to not even
He's
tweet.
very
Like
aggressive.
yes, I'm very much aggressive. I'm an Aries, but Aries. But I make it a point to not even like have anything like unless I'm directing it towards somebody specifically because then you just said this take because you want to get people to like and look and view. I don't give a hell about fuck. I'm a freak about a view. I'm an adult. Like let these people that do want to farm for engagement put their hot takes on just to get it. But I don't like gamers that aren't gamers.
Legit, you're a
Well,
fraud.
that's the game. The game is called Twitter. That's the game that they play. It's called Twitter. And Freddie and me already talked about this one time already. He had cooled me down off somebody, but I ain't gonna mention the name of that. But yeah, I used to beg people to show me their gaming stats. Like I said, instead of showing all these console war stuff, show me your stats.
No, hey,
That's
bitch.
I
my
thought
G check
I
to
thought
you.
we do that at the end of the
That's my
year, but
G
at
check to
least
you.
I do.
I was about to say,
I love seeing all mines from all the platforms I play on.
hey,
I
beast,
might be
go ahead and
funny and bubbly, but really real talk. These people, they just talking on the internet, yo.
I was about to say,
Mm-mm.
beast, you can go ahead and state because most people don't even know that.
Oh yeah, well, I mean, if you want, yeah. So I was beefing with a dude named Kid Smooth for a while, and what's it call it? Fred had to get me out of that for a little bit because of his association at the time. But I don't like people like him, and I was begging him to show me his stuff, and I told him like, yo, hop on the live with me, and we both will be live, and then we can prove who's better. Because he was talking, I forgot what he said. He said he was better than me in every game or something, and he would pick the game. I said, pick the game. If I have the game, we'll play. Didn't want to do it. He's not gonna do it. But that's what they do though. They just no. They don't want to prove their stuff. They just want to show people stuff. I like to prove it. That I would love to do like a live stream
Mhm.
and of people who say they better than me in the game or they're trying to defend their Twitter over my Twitter and say that I play the game better than you. It's kind of like when you go to the basketball court, right? And the first thing somebody says, "Oh, I'm not pick. I don't want to pick you because I'm better than you," or "You ass." Right? And then the conversation turns to, oh, I get more girls than you, I got more money. Like I don't like shit like that, and that's what they do on Twitter. So I try to put people in the spotlight right then and there. They
Mhm.
just sometimes they're not gonna accept it because they're behind the screen. So, but I would love to have did that live stream.
Yeah, hey,
Like,
and shout out to the Weapon Wheel podcast. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? The only reason why me and BC we talked about that because I literally at that same time I had became an honorary member on there, and I just wanted to see where you know said everything was gonna go. So you normally though like, hey, look, I you can have your beats with people, and I ain't saying I ain't saying specifically y'all to, but I'm just saying like you know I'm not here to I guess like babysit adversity, right? Like I'm
Mhm.
not that person. If people get adversity with each other, they can handle that. You know what I'm saying? Like y'all
Mhm.
can definitely do y'all
You
thing.
going around them, like,
Yeah, especially because like at the end of the day, a lot of times adversity just be a competition, and then both people end up becoming better after that. You know what I'm saying? Even probably even becoming friends after that or whatever. But yeah, that's a long story short. Just so I can get some stuff clear.
Hey Fred, whenever you want to do Street Fighter or Tekken, let me know, bro. I'm down, man. Cause I think we got some unsolved business too. I'm playing. I'm playing.
See what happened was, I ain't gonna lie, I am a Street Fighter person too, but I mean Street. I don't even know why I said that. I'm a Tekken person, but I still haven't got Tekken 8. I apologize. Hey, look, I dropped the ball on this Tekken. I'm gonna be real with you because I was so excited, but I ended up getting Mortal Kombat, and I don't even know why I got that. And I was like, I can't
Mm.
keep buying all these games all at the same time, so I had to chill down, and I dodged a lot of that Tekken competition. I will be upfront about that, but I will be on Dragon Ball Z. Yeah.
Oh yeah, you can definitely get this work in that
Oh,
with
okay.
Diddy.
that
Okay.
reminds me of somebody. I think I'm not even gonna. It just makes me laugh. And you was involved, I think, in that beef.
Oh.
Somebody was in a space, and I be watching and listening because I love gaming spaces. Somebody was in a space, and it was like talking about how better they were with something, something, something. So then they end up playing the person. They got their ass handed to them, and they put it on the track. Like they, it's like they, it wasn't a diss track. No, it was like a diss video because they was in space talking about how better they was at
Oh,
playing.
you talking about
So
I think you talking about
no
the
harm,
other.
no foul. I don't know no people, but I'm just saying that shit had me dying. I
Oh, I
followed
thought
the
she said I
person.
was in the thing. I said okay.
No, I
You,
think
because you
it
was in
was
there.
it
You,
was another beast. Dude
it
called
wasn't your beef. You
Beast of
was
Truth.
there.
Piece of truth.
No, you wasn't in there, but I thought because I joined spaces if I see y'all's name in the space.
Mhm.
So you
Hmm.
might have been listening in. It's gaming talk and stuff. So you was in there, and then I was just like, what? Because I don't just hop in spaces like randomly no more. Because I
Hmm.
don't. If I see a name that I know, like you be in a lot of not a lot of spaces, but you be listening in and you be like in the gaming chats. So it was like I want to say a month ago. They literally was having an issue with somebody. The person played them on the game. They got their asses handed to them,
I,
and then they
I it was in, because I saw the video. I wasn't in space, but I saw a video, the end video. Was it an edited end video? Do you know?
yes.
Yeah,
Hmm. I know. I remember.
that was probably Beast of Truth getting his ass. I mean, getting his
No,
butt
but it
whooped.
wasn't you in the beef. But I seen your name in. I don't know why. It's like I don't know. Was you listening in on that, or was you
He probably
around
could
Fed?
have
I was
been.
in there.
I was just
Yeah,
saying
because
like,
I was in
that's
there.
why I came in there. I was actually like I felt weird because I was in there for like in their 4K when it was happening, and I because I don't normally hop in them spaces, but I just seen some of my people in, and I was like, what's they talking about in here? And then most of the spaces be all them having their hashing out hoorahs. You said this in this space, and then made your own space,
Every
and then
single time I go to a space, I hear somebody beefing about something. Somebody's talking. They're like, "Yeah, but you a bitch ass." I'm like, "What? Where does this come from?"
like
I'm like,
why?
it don't even make no sense. Yeah, I see that all the time.
But they made a whole little thing, and I followed the person because it was so funny to me. Like the way that it was so well architect. Like they built themselves. They let them build their own graveyard because they was talking so much stuff in space. So then he's like,
Hmm.
okay, well. And then I knew the person was gonna lose because they said they had to download. If it's a game you believe in, you care for, this you would already had it ready. Like gamers like when you can tell people that really be gaming versus people that just sit and talk about games.
Listen, listen. I challenge anybody in any game they want, anytime. whatever they want. So I even did it. I was playing Helldivers one day. I don't think Freddie was there, but I was playing Hell. Actually, no, Freddie was not there. I was playing Helldivers one day with a random group. At the last minute, they blew me up before I get in a helicopter. Right before the takeoff, they blew me up. I was pissed off. I said, "Bro, why?" And he messaged me. He said, "Yo, it was a joke. My bad." And I was like, "Nah, now you gotta play me in Tekken." Right? And I literally live streamed Tekken, and we literally got in the Discord and we literally played, and I kicked his ass. He was so mad, and it's all on live. So, and Fred, hey man, Fred, this for you right here, bro. I've been playing since back then, but
Budokai 3. Oh, okay. Hey, look,
let's go.
I'm not worried, bro. I'm not. Look, come get the smoke.
Nah.
Come get the smoke, bro. You talking all this mess? You come get the smoke.
Oh boy,
I
can back it up though.
And matter of fact, we're gonna put our battles on here too. Yep, on the podcast.
That's fine. That's fine for now. Yep.
Can I be there live commentate? Like, oh, Freddie, you ain't gotta take that. No, I'm just kidding. I don't need to be there.
Oh, you good? You good?
Be like, dang.
You can be commentating on here. Well, it don't matter.
I'm gonna start doing that. I'm gonna really start calling people out and tagging them and be like, yo. I started before. I was doing it. I stopped for a little bit, but I might start again.
People need that little.
They need shame.
Stop it.
Need shame.
Oh man. All right. Well, because we gonna. Let me see. It's about 2 right now. We can.
Yeah.
We can. Because we did start. Wait, no. 10, 11, 12.
We was getting our stuff together for a little bit, but.
Oh yeah, the 4-hour mark is 2:30. So we got like half hour left. Get through whatever we can get through.
So okay. I don't want to talk. Like, I want to talk about some gaming stuff. Like, okay.
I'll be right back too. Let me get this.
Handle your business. Handle your business.
Handle this cat.
Let me see if we can find another topic real quick.
Yeah, cause like
some random topics.
And like stuff like that.
All right, one we could talk about is, I mean, we just kind of talked about it earlier. Yeah. Xbox gaming coming to Amazon TV. The same we was talking about it earlier.
Yep.
With so I'm
My thing is they already have Luna, don't they? So it's like it's not really.
Yeah, they already have that.
It's not really like a far stretch.
No. What we could talk about is Elden Ring developers doubling down on difficulty settings.
Yeah.
I did a poll the other day that said, does the difficulty of a game make or break a game for you? And I gotta find it. I don't remember the results, but I'm pretty sure 80% of the people said no, and then there were some people who said yes.
I am competitive and I'm crazy. I literally play games. Any game y'all see me play, unless they have it where I can't switch it, is on hard mode. So when y'all see me die and I finally get them in the mix and I'm going, I'm extra proud of that because I play on hard mode automatically because I'm very competitive within myself. I laughed at all the people complaining about how hard it is because you got people that are like, I won't say like they're content creators, so they're gamers / content, and it might be their first time they actually picked up the game and they're actually like going in and handling their business.
Mm-hmm.
It might, you sometimes you can't just do straightforward stuff. You gotta bob, weave, use your spells, posters. Some people was winning without even using any kind of add-ons, and they was just using it based off of like skills. It's not that hard to me. If you want to be like right in the mix and say you want to just go from being a casual gamer to like being competitive and being seen as with the people up there, you got to kind of earn that stuff. Like it's not hard. It's not, to me, it's not hard. It's like, it's skills. You got to take the time to learn the skills, learn the combos, learn this.
So I also did a poll. I said, does beating the game on easy mode mean that you beat the game? And a lot of people said, yes. So this is my gripe with that. You beat the game on easy mode, but you didn't beat the game using all the stuff that the game had to offer.
Exactly.
You didn't, you know what I'm saying?
You did a walkthrough basically to me, like a little brisk, like
Yeah, like so, like you play God of War. You played on
Hmm.
the easiest difficulty, but then at the end of God of War Ragnarok is the hardest boss in God of War, which is the Viking Queen girl. I can't remember her name, Sidri or whatever.
Hmm.
It took me like 2 days to beat that, and I had to change the way I even played the entire game. It was like I was playing a whole different game. So like, but I like you know what I mean? Like they don't they, the game's gameplay should be as difficult as the game comes. If you want to select easy, you select easy. But I feel like it's nothing wrong with a game like Elden Ring being hard. A game like Devil May Cry being hard. Devil May Cry 3 I'm talking about, not the new ones. All the older games are hard. And I
Yeah.
don't like games that let you they hand walk you. Like they guide you the whole way through. Like, oh please go up here. Oh please go here. You have to grab this. No. So like Elden Ring doubling down on difficulty, not a problem for me.
At all. Because to me, it's like once you take the time to, it's not every game needs to be where you could just run it. Like you were saying, you shouldn't just be able to run in and feel like you're flowing through a game easily. I want to
Not every
die a
game is
couple.
Mario.
I want to, yeah, I want to die a few times. I want to get frustrated because to me, it's like it builds you up for like a game that I want to play a game that's gonna make me not only think but feel something. If I'm not
Feel
feeling
excited.
something when I'm playing a game, then I'm just playing it just for basically y'all, not even for myself. And I'll never play a game like that. If I'm playing like my best example is my Assassin's Creed run for Odyssey. I played that game from the beginning on hard mode, and when I finally got done with that game, real tears came down my eyes because I literally like did everything on that game that you could think of to do.
I
And you
tried.
feel that succeed, like you feel that I got a trophy for Assassin's Creed Odyssey on hard mode. So I don't think that a game being hard should be like double down, triple down. I'd make a video saying how hard my game is since everybody want to cry about it.
All right, let me play devil's advocate real quick because we talking about Elden Ring, right?
Hmm.
Yep.
So the director of the game just came out and said that he actually sucks at video games. So how do y'all
Okay.
feel about uh, the director of a video game making a very challenging video game, but him himself can't even play through the game?
I love it because you're not they're developing it for skill sets and stuff that they may not be able to attain, but they know that somebody out there can. So you make a game like you're making a beautiful game that is gonna like resonate. Because keep in mind, for the Elden Ring series and the games, people expect like you expect it to be a certain skill. Like I don't expect to look at when I see Elden Rings, I didn't expect it to be easy. When I heard the name, I'm like, okay, this is gonna be one of them hard games, like one of them battled out games. I don't expect it to be easy. So a developer, like to me, that's like a music producer that doesn't make music but got a whole bunch of Grammys. Do you still say that they're not allowed? Like they shouldn't be able to because they don't actually make music. They just have the ear for it.
Wait, hold on.
So
What?
That's my example. Like, cause you're saying if you're a game developer but you don't play the games, is it like can you? Does he have a back like a leg to stand on? I'm like that's
well,
like music producers. They have an ear for music, but they don't pay. You don't play an instrument. You don't do nothing, but you have all
oh,
these Grammys on the wall because you have an ear for it. You know what you're doing. You know who to put in the right spots for it.
right. I get what you're saying.
Does
Okay.
that make you less credible just because you don't get out there and play the bass or hit the keys or sing a song? No.
Now,
So a game
or
developer that don't play a game,
or maybe because he sucks at playing games, he made a difficult game to challenge himself so that he knows how to play the game
you know damn well
okay,
he didn't do
better.
look
that.
at you looking at the pie at the yes, half full looking ass.
Hey, I suck at video games. I'm gonna make the hardest video game ever, and I'm which is not, and then I'm gonna challenge myself and beat it.
Oh man.
So do you think that it should be that it's a lot? Okay, ask him the same question about. I'll ask it since. Do you think that playing a game like Elden Ring on easy mode, that
Oh,
you
that question.
you really completed the game?
Wait, what
That
happened?
was one of my polls. One of my polls was said that if you beat the game on easy, did you really beat the game?
You can't put on easy though.
No, I'm saying I'm just
No,
acting in general.
in
In general,
general,
if you
like
beat the game on easy, did you actually beat the game?
Yeah, why wouldn't you?
because you're
So
not using all the tools that is in the game. You're just setting it at the lowest settings. Like you're not even feeling like the pressure of the competition of the game.
I mean, still
right,
good.
so you just pressing. So some games, to give you an example, I can't give you an example of the game, but there's some games where you can literally press square the whole entire game and beat it if it's on easy mode. Then if you put it on hard mode, that's not the only button you're gonna be pressing. It's a whole different type of game now. Now you actually have to buy, weave, update this, read what exactly you're doing, add this accessory, add that. Like if I played Final Fantasy, I forgot the which one it was. Final Fantasy, it might have been 10, right? In that game, I can just press A the whole time, X the whole time, and then it's turn based and kill everybody, one shot everybody in every single battle. Versus if I have to actually think and use my brain and actually make a character that I can use to beat people, because
Yeah,
that's how the
but
game really supposed to
if
be.
if you roll credits on the game, you beat the game, point blank. But like, now if you trying to review the game, that's a different story. That's a totally different story because you're not really reviewing how the game was supposed to be intended. And they always say on the when you're choosing the selections and everything, normal mode is how the developers intend you to play it. So that's a different story. We
No
talking
more it
about,
is. Yep.
yeah, you it's a different story
Well,
when you
so
talk.
we're basically like
We're
being on
talking
some
about easy
expert
though.
mode type.
Well, what y'all say?
Because you're talking about easy mode. I said so. Basically, you're trying to say to well, in my the way that I read what you just said is like so us people that play on hard mode or nightmare mode or so what we like advanced players.
We are, yeah.
Well, there you go.
Okay,
Now it also depends on how they made the game too, because normal can be easy. Like so, and honestly, that's another thing when it comes to the pandering, right? The pandering of non-experienced gamers. You got these video game companies, you got these developers making normal mode easier than what they normally be, or the game mechanics is just as easy as holding your hand. So sometimes when you're playing on hard, it's not even that hard. Like a lot of people play Spider-Man 2 on hard. And to be honest with you, I do feel as though it was a easier game. Especially when you compare those to when I talked about my Spider-Man Miles Morales, when I did my review of that, I said that the game was easier because the most challenging part of the game was the warehouse fights or the challenge rooms because they kept spawning out enemies and the enemies kept getting tougher every wave, and they took that out of the game. So they literally made the game easier. And if someone was, you can't really call yourself more of an experienced player because the game is easier now. Like it's not you, it's the game. So
okay, question.
it all depends.
So if okay, this is just something that will never happen. Let's say for like a Mortal Kombat or a Tekken, let's say you're able to put yours on easy mode versus or whatever other mode, and I hit square button and it has a combo. Like each button has a combo. Would
Hmm.
you feel that you got cheated if I won against you and you had to literally hit all your combos in without just one button press,
Um,
and I beat you? Would you feel less like she didn't
Are
really
you talking
win?
about like the combo? So you got to do all these buttons for that one combo, and this person has to press
Yes,
square for it.
that's the bestest way I could put it as an example for somebody who says that it doesn't matter. So it doesn't matter. So if I was to have like if I'm playing right now against you and you had to hit each combo X Y, I mean X squared, and all I do is hit two buttons and it's like a set of combos, and I beat you. You can't tell me that that wouldn't make you feel like
so I got
you
two
didn't really
sides to that.
win.
I got two sides to that because my definition when it comes to fighting games, my
Hmm.
definition of the best fighters are the people that can adapt to any situation. If you can adapt to any of these combos, anything like you are the best fighter, right, in these fighting games. However, there's also another a flip of the coin to that as well, because there are certain aspects where there are just literal broken shit in the game, broken things in the game.
Yeah, just about to say that. Jeez.
Yeah. So if I know for a fact that I would, I will complain, but not necessarily complain, but I will realize that there are broken mechanics in the game, then I will have to also say that if you have hold handed in the game, that's also kind of a broken mechanic. You know what I'm saying? So if you just pressing one thing to do a combo, I feel like it's one side to a coin. On one hand, it's kind of broken. Like that's just a broken mechanic. But on the
Yeah.
other hand, if you've been playing this game for so long, then at a certain point you can't just say, "Oh, you can't blame it on the brokenness." If you're not adapting to that other person's play style, then you're not really
Yeah.
as good of a player as you say you are. That's just my take on it, though.
Okay. I was trying to
I
be
agree.
devil's advocate. I see what you. I get what you're saying. It's just I don't know. I think that easy mode. I don't know.
I
I
don't
just
like to
don't.
play no
I
gaming
don't.
on easy mode.
I don't. I don't. It's.
And if you play Mortal Kombat on easy and then you try to play me, then you're gonna lose. That's all I gotta say.
Because then it's like, what's your intention? Like, are you just trying to get through the story? Okay, cool. Okay. You're
That's
not really,
different.
yeah,
That's
you don't
different.
really care about the actual mechanics of the game and getting better and challenging yourself and having fun with, what they put in the game. You are a story mode type of person. You are here for the story. You're not here for the game. You're here for the story inside the game. Okay, cool. Or you just want to experience this you want to have like with PlayStation games because people would do this probably more with PlayStation games since they're more and they say they are more inclined to interactive movies. And some people play it like that. They will put it on easy mode so they can go through an adventure and an interactive adventure, but game, they're just doing it for the story, doing it for the adventure.
Mhm.
I
But
won't judge them, but
I won't judge you, but that's your intentions. You're not
yeah.
playing the game for intended purposes of enjoying the gameplay of the game. You are doing it so you can go on an adventure.
You're right. You're right.
Yeah.
Our experience is just gonna be different. That's all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My thing with the
Yeah.
Elden Ring thing, this to end my point. My thing with the Elden Ring discussion though, and why I asked that question, as long as the director actually tested the game with skilled players, right, and not just putting difficult stuff in the game just because you want to put difficult stuff in the game. Because at that point, it's like at a certain point, you got to ask yourself: are people playing this game just so they can have the bragging rights again through it, even though it's technically supposed to be like an impossible feat to uphold? Like beating this boss is not supposed to be possible, but you're doing it. Or are
Mhm.
you like testing the game with
Yeah.
experienced players before you put it into people's hands
No.
and
Too
they
easy.
losing their minds and stuff like that? Like, like are you
Oh no.
testing it with skilled players? Are they actually? Do you have anybody that you know that beat this boss before you actually put it on store shelves? Because then I kind of have like I kind of be iffy about that. Like, what's the main purpose of you actually making a game like this? But I mean, if people enjoying it, people enjoying it. I can't judge nobody for that. And I like difficulty in my games. Y'all know me. I love having difficulty in my games. I'm just not inclined to playing the Souls one because I just don't like the. I don't really gravitate towards the gameplay, and I don't gravitate towards the settings. I don't like medieval settings, but I get around to it. That's just why I'm not playing it right now.
Hey, since we don't got that much time, I got a great topic that I forgot. I'm just looking at it now.
Mhm.
Where is it? Where is it? Okay, finally some answers on why some games run better on PS5 than Series X. Fred, you want
Oh,
to take that one? I
oh,
forgot about that topic.
I did
Oh
Forgot
too.
totally
man.
about it.
You
Okay,
know
so
he not because he would have.
can y'all read it off? Because I can't change my screens right now.
Well, you want to read off the topic again?
Just read it off. Like what's the details of it? Because I can't really go to the article
Oh,
right now.
oh yeah, I got you. So hold on.
Man, I'm glad you said this. Is the last one. This is definitely gonna be the last one because
That's a great one to end on.
I'm finna go off. I'm finna go.
And we know
All
it.
right. So this is the article by Digital Foundry, right? If the Xbox Series X is more powerful, then why do some games run better on PS5? On paper, the Xbox Series X is considered more powerful piece of hardware than the PlayStation 5. So why are we looking at console generation of where Sony and Microsoft machines often deliver like for like results? Puzzled us for years. Basically, it's saying that this Xbox Series X it runs at 12 teraflops. We all know teraflops don't matter. The PS5 runs at what, 10? So it's a 2 teraflops difference. But what the developers are saying is that the GPU inside of the PS5 runs smoother or faster and is more efficient than the one on the Xbox Series X. And that's why a lot of the times you see games with higher frame rates on PS5 than Xbox Series is because of that. Go ahead, Fred. Go off.
So I know a lot of people ain't know me on Twitter before the PS5 came out, right? You know, I was mostly on different platforms. Okay, so I got, well, I guess accustomed to, or people got accustomed to me on Twitter during the launch, pretty much during like the launch phase of the PS5 and all that. But even while we were on, while that happened, the PS5 launched everything. A lot of the conversation with the PS5 came down to the SSD. That was including the Sony, right? That was including the devs like Insomniac, and that was including a lot of the people that were talking on Twitter. All these people, a lot of people in the Chrome side, a lot of people in the gaming community on Twitter talking about this SSD with the PS5. Granted, the SSD at the time was the fastest SSD out. It was faster than the PC part, the SSD that was on the PC. It's not anymore, but at the time of launch, it was. So I give them that, and I was never going to dog the SSD because again, I'm the type of person that likes speed, you know, faster loading times. I needed all that. However, I've been on record saying multiple times to multiple people in multiple spaces that the biggest highlight of the PS5 was going to be the GPU of the PS5, the overclocked components, the overclocked components, the overclocked GPU, how they have the GPU running in the PS5. When Mark Cerny came out and said that it went over the PS5, just like how he did the PS4 and all that, right? When he came out, said went the overview of the PS5 before they even showed the design of it, how it looked, before they showed the controller. He went over the specs of the PS5, and he was specific enough to say he was specific about how the GPU was running. And ever since he went laid out and said how the GPU was running, I have said multiple times that people probably should be more worried, right? If you're on the Xbox side, or people should probably be more familiar with how the GPU works because that's going to be the highlight of the PS5. Now, after 4 years later, Digital Foundry finally freaking confirms that the reason being because we all know some games run better on Xbox on Series X, some games run better on PS5. Okay, that shit, it is what it is. I would say a lot of games actually run better on PS5, but as far as performance, right? That's the biggest thing. If it's more games that's running better on PS5, it's because of performance. If there's more games running on Xbox Series X, it's because of the graphic fidelity, right? But I said that the GPU was going to make the PS5 better than the Xbox Series X because of the architecture, how it was made, no matter if it was more powerful. On paper, the Xbox Series X, and this is just facts, is the most powerful console teraflop wise, right? All together when you calculate everything together, how it's made up. So if that's the case, majority of games should be running better on Xbox Series X, if not all of them, because it is the world's most powerful console. And this is not console war bullcrap. That's what people need to get out of console war thinking. Because I'll let you know when something's console war. I'm just talking about the facts of both competitors. Okay? I will let you know it's console war. This ain't console war. This is just facts. If it's the most powerful, everything should run better on the Xbox Series X. Point blank, period. But the fact
Thing
of,
is too also
but and
they don't.
one more thing though, one more
Yeah,
thing to because I want y'all opinions on this too. Some people are performance people, some people are graphic fidelity people. No matter who you are, you cannot say that it's not. You cannot recognize how amazing the PS5 is doing with some of these games. A lot of these games, most of these games, especially first party. But let's not even get on first party. Half of these games, most of the games, the PS5 is running better performance and almost exactly identical graphic fidelity. If it's not the same, it's a little, maybe a couple pixels. I won't even say the pixels, but maybe just a couple things that you won't even be able to notice. So you telling me that you would rather sacrifice the performance that's noticeable with something that's not noticeable with graphics? The PS5 is literally a freaking godsend from heaven on how it's running some of these games. And you, if you are saying otherwise, then you are legit a hater over a box. It is what it is. PS5 is doing wonders for these games. Point blank. Period. You got
Yep,
it.
that SSD, the SSD in the PS5, that and the GPU, it pushes those, and it's easier to develop for too. For what I hear, remember when the Xbox first came out, their excuse was they didn't have all the tools to make it, so that's why some games when it first came out didn't run as well as they do. Well, we're 4 years later, 3 years later, however many years later now down the line, same thing, same performance. So yeah, I got nothing to say about it. I've been knew that it's not about power. It's like having a Hellcat and then you put and you have a Nissan GTR. More power in the Hellcat. GTR has more aerodynamics. Which one is gonna hit the turn faster? Which one's gonna be more smoother? GTR. Hellcat's not gonna. It'll be more faster,
That's a
but
good
on
point.
paper it has more power. You know what I'm saying? But it's not the same. It's not the same.
That's a good point.
So
And then the
basically, the
developer,
PS5 was yeah, the PS5 is just basically a better architectured console. That's it.
the developer said too that not only of the x86 architecture, right? Like it's more PC focused. Digital Foundry just confirmed that the developer said that also the reason why it's easier to develop for is because of the GPU, specifically because how it's running. It's always overclocked. It's always run. Mark Cerny said, and in fact, hold up. This is the main reason why the PS5 is so much more quieter than the PS4. Remember how people kept complaining how the PS4 sounded like a jet engine? There was a meme that was going around for years because I mean
Mm-hmm.
it did when you put a high fidelity game into it. It
It
it,
would be
it,
loud.
it
And no
was
matter if it's PS4 Pro or PS4
legit.
regular.
And what the solution to that was actually the solution to um how to beat Microsoft in this console game. Okay, y'all want to quiet the system? How about this? We make it quieter by having the GPU always running at max power. Every time you cut this on, no matter what game you put into it, no matter what the PlayStation is doing, the GPU is running at maximum power at all times. So that way we can customize the cooling system, right? Because it's not even just it's not the SSD. Yeah, I got to play Astro's Playroom. It's not just the SSD. It's not just GPU. It's not just the CPU, right? It's not just the motherboard. They actually configured the cooling system to work with the components that they put in there, so that way, okay, we know that it's going to be running at maximum power all the time. We're going to have the cooling system running so that we can always cool it at this constant speed. And then you have, and of course we got a big system because of that, but now you have a quiet system, and that just so happens to help the developers as well with their engines because it's running smooth. It's the smoothest thing that they that's running right now. Come on now. Y'all can't. Mark Cerny is a genius. Y'all need to give him his flowers. Okay. I need y'all to stop hating. Give the man his flowers because he didn't deserve it. Y'all need to give me my flowers because I didn't said this multiple times, and I don't know how many times, multiple spaces to multiple people. I ain't saying I got a lot of pushback from it after I stated it, but still, everybody was getting on the SSD, and it's a good SSD. Don't get me wrong, but the
Hey, y'all
GPU,
give Fred his
hey,
flowers.
give me
Give
my
his
flowers,
give that man his flowers, please.
please, because I'm tired of asking for it. Okay, dang, y'all want to give everybody else their flowers. When it comes to me, it's a no speaking zone. I need y'all to be resharing stuff. I need y'all to be retweeting stuff. I need y'all to be clapping, applause. Like, yeah, that man did say it. I heard him in spaces saying it. Give me my flowers. Dang.
Yeah.
Somebody give him his flowers because I'm not doing it.
They be like, hey, look, I didn't say this too
Play
many
a
times.
hater.
I didn't gave him too many flowers. Like I'm out of them. I need to say somebody else.
Hmm.
Mm-mm-mm.
Yeah, that was it. That's the last conversation I thought to have. I don't see anything else.
There's a lot of Flutter like products and like stuff, but nah, that was a good meat. That was a good way to end it. The meat and potatoes.
Hey, turn up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I'm surprised we didn't say about it earlier.
Let Fred get his point across.
I definitely.
He gonna always say what he gotta say.
Hey, I ain't afraid to. And we on Twitter, you might as well speak your mind. You know what I'm saying? People want drama, just speak your mind. You ain't gotta be beefing nobody, just speak your mind. That's all you gotta do. Speak your mind. All right.
Take a deep breath. We got this.
Um, but look, I appreciate my co-host. You know what I'm saying? Always looking out, especially that last topic, a turn up. Always being here, always being present, always being active. Y'all need to give them their flowers too. Okay, okay. Because the GPC is amazing because of us. Hey, turn up. No.
Turn
Anybody
up.
anybody in GPC that's listening to this podcast right now and you're in the Discord, definitely come through next week. This week we was getting a lot of stuff together. We of course we got as you notice we got a new layout, right? So this week been busy, been trying to get this layout together, trying to get all the technical aspects out the way. We still ain't getting everything out the way. We're gonna have to test some more stuff, but you know what I'm saying. We got some slots for GPC members. Come through on the podcast if you want to get your thoughts out. Join us up in the Discord, and then yeah, we'll feature you on the podcast as well. Again, shout out to GPC, shout out to the community, shout out to my co-hosts. This was fun. I love the fact that we got, what I'm saying, a new template and everything, and yeah, many more to come. All right, so I guess we can do our outros. Who want to
Go
start?
ahead, Debbie.
Well, this your girl Debbie Snacks. I am a gamer variety streamer. I am the community manager for BIPOC Streamers Award. And I'm also a part of gameplay. I do my thing. Community is my biz. And I am on, you know, Debbie Snacks 85 on Twitter, or X if you will. PlayStation and whatnot. You can find me Debbie underscore snacks. And then on my socials is Debbie underscore snacks dot gaming. Because, I don't want to get in trouble from Debbie actual snacks. That's
Hi, it's your boy, your beast. You guys can always catch me on my live streams on YouTube, UHURUBEST. You guys can add me on PlayStation, Xbox, Steam, whatever you guys want to. TikTok, Instagram. I make gaming content all the time. I love being here with Freddie and Debbie to bring you guys this gaming news every week, if every week. But yeah, follow us, guys. Give us a like, comment, subscribe. There's plenty more to that where that come from, and then like and comment, subscribe on all our co-hosts as well.
All right, it's Frey J Gameplay. Follow me at Frey J Gameplay. Twitter, X, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and Threads. We do the live recording on YouTube and X simultaneously. And Yeah, like B said, make sure y'all like, subscribe, definitely come support us because we are um delivering the news that that's happening in the gaming space. That's happening in these gaming streets as well. You know what I'm saying? So um definitely support us so we can keep consistent, keep it going. We also have different ideas that we would like to bring back. You know what I'm saying? So if you guys support us, we can definitely take the time out to bring those ideas back into fruition. Uh, and yeah, thank y'all for tuning in. Peace out.